rolling.
Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this D&D show that we play, which is called something. We haven't figured out what it's called. Let's say the Blacksmiths. This is called the Blacksmiths campaign, episode 1.
The Adventures of Blacksmiths.
Yep, that's what it's called. Hi, hello.
Best intro
How
ever,
are you?
Jesus.
How are you doing? How's your mother?
Everyone is
Doing terrible flirting. You're not
unsubscribing.
gonna get them to subscribe
You're a
that way.
Pretty lady man.
Pretty lady.
Yep.
Pretty person. Gotta be all inclusive.
You're a very attractive,
You can get those
whatever you are. Be you man or beast. I love you.
Goodbye, subscriber.
Goodbye, subscriber. I barely knew you.
Seriously.
Alright. Last time things were
Bad.
Too much spicy stuff.
And
you
I'm
I'm
guys
just
also
gonna keep
bad.
passing.
you guys got out. There are a significant number of dwarves now free in the city. You ran into
What is
Jean,
happening?
and that's... We'll see what happens with that.
What is happening?
The royal guy informed you that he is who he is and what's going on a little bit more. The mystery thickens. Also, you learned that Visago is not just some creature thing. He's a well-known demon of legend.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be?
Because why not?
It's almost like this unseen force hates us or something.
Yes, it is just like that. He's so cute. And I love Rocky.
Do we get a full rest?
You guys do rest.
Thank God,
Davey
I really needed
is
that.
still recovering from his large
Listen,
gaping
Davey,
wound.
you gotta be less of a little bitch.
And Voss, Davey just remains sort of unconscious, blinking in and out of that. He bandages the wound, and Voss offers to stay with him
Did you give me?
in this house, very close to the tower,
Permanent marker.
where he will take care of him and make sure no harm comes to
It's
him.
definitely dry erase. but-
We need all of our people. What are they doing?
Voss says to you, "You're getting pretty good at magic. I think you'll be fine."
I'm gonna blow up.
That's easy for you to say. You do like 40 damage a turn.
Right.
What does that mean?
40.
You do a lot of damage.
I've
it
made some
seems.
calculations, and it seems like you take at least 40 health units off of whatever you shoot those things at.
Units?
Wow, interesting. How did you handle the...
It's a lot of math.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a lot of math.
We'll have to look up that formula together later and maybe work on that. But for now, you guys go ahead, and I'll stay here with Davey and tend to his wounds.
Do we get full health and full spell slots?
You sure do.
Thank God, because
Thank
that
God,
was-
because I was super not damaged and have literally no reason to sleep.
I was super out of spells.
I mean, exhaustion is definitely a thing, but...
It's true.
Could I have made more healing vials
Ah,
with my rest?
why yes. Yes, you can.
How many? Hmm.
4. You'll take a point of exhaustion if you're staying awake this whole time to do this instead of sleep.
No, I was just gonna do it. How long does it take me to do it?
You said I thought you were going to take a long rest to make as many as you could.
No, I was going to take a long rest, but while we were... You don't have to take a full
You can
8
make
hours.
one.
Okay. You don't have to take a full 8 hours to have a long rest, right?
You do. Yeah.
Mine says that before.
What
else?
Yeah, you're an elf. Also, I'm gonna do this next time we're all as a group together, but I want to institute like the real rules for long rest and short rest. So the
Okay.
short rest in normal D&D play is 8 hours, and the long rest is like a few days.
Wow.
What?
Oh.
I'm confused.
It's supposed to make you guys feel more like, okay, we have to really take some time to get back our special powers and heal completely, instead of, oh, I slept for a night and now this gaping wound on my chest is gone.
Okay.
We're all magical.
Yeah.
So that for
That long rest in that terms doesn't mean like you have to lay down for 3 days. It means basically not adventuring, like hanging out around town, taking naps, eating
Okay.
food, not doing anything strenuous or combat-y while you're waiting.
I'm curious. So how does that go into the elves thing? Since it's half, or I have no idea.
That doesn't happen for you. I guess for you, it's always a long rest is 4 hours.
Okay.
Because that's just part of being an elf.
Okay. elven, not shittiness. Yay.
Yeet.
I will take that because Melora needs anything she can get at this point with her shitty health points.
She sure does. Alright, what are we doing, kids?
Trying not to die with 2 of our team members. With
Heading to the tower and hopefully not perishing on the way there or when we get
Glorious
there.
combat.
Oh yeah, you gotta blow the horn
Yeah.
because you're horny.
I will do that
Do it.
eventually.
Right. Alright. So we're heading up to the tower, is that the plan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stealthily? Not
Stealthily.
Yes.
Alright, stealth checks for everyone.
I will blow
My
the
best
horn,
checks.
targeting the guy from.
Stealthy checks, pretty good.
Mine's okay. If
Anyone
I
get
get
a bonus being next to
It's a
you?
12.
What?
People get bonuses being next to you?
Just for saves, I think.
Okay.
I don't think for like
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh.
This table hates me.
That isn't the table, man. It's fate.
You should have a camera that just zooms in on people's rolls.
Just Sam's.
Just Sam's rolls.
Yeah, let me set up
Sam
that
cam.
very
The
expensive.
Sam cam.
We're
The
gonna make
Sam Cam!
we're gonna make
That's
it like-
what we'd call it!
$100,000
Is the
video.
camera mounted on the ceiling pointed down?
Oh my
Yes.
god, and it would just always be on Sam.
We're not doing
Ow.
that.
Please, share with your friends to make this a possibility. Make Sam more uncomfortable. He loves it. Anyway, what was the
Do it
total
out loud,
numbers?
Sam.
3.
12.
17.
17, right?
17.
Nice. Okay.
Not bad.
Part we pass.
You guys
Pass.
make it past
I blow the horn before.
any Dwagar you go past. They seem to not be aware of you. As you get closer and closer to the tower, you see that there are several drow standing around this tower.
Great.
Several.
One seems to notice you,
Good.
but ignores you, and then their patrol continues, and as they walk out, you realize that you're here in front of the tower. You head around this area. You haven't seen a guard since this road.
Boss fight.
There's no one here.
Uh-huh.
The whole district has been pretty much emptied. There's no civilians. There's no guards. No one. Eerily quiet around here.
What district is this?
It is called... I believe it's called the Gardens District.
This is the nobility district. Apparently.
Right.
I totally knew that.
The circles you see here, these ovals are actually large planters. They seem to have some ability to grow like normal plants here, so it's nothing like herbs and stuff, but more like pretty arrangements. This like big, beautiful flower beds and all that. The rest are big, fine, very nice houses. Yeah, this is the nobility district, and those garden plots are leading up to this large tower. But again, no one's here. Empty, completely empty.
I don't understand anyone on the roofs getting closer to the tower. Is this how many patrols are we seeing walk by?
0 now.
Oh, 0 now? I thought you said we saw one. That,
You saw
that's
one,
weird.
and then they just ignored you and left.
Can I? What would be like? Doesn't feel right to me. What would I roll to maybe take a closer look at my surroundings?
Perception.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Perception.
Can I
Something's
assist
not
them by
right.
Yeah, you
looking
can
around?
assist. You can't really assist a perception check, but you could roll.
I'd like to do
I know
it.
you two wanted to. You can also roll if you like.
So that would be
One.
7.
Okay, that didn't roll anything. 'cause it
15.
rolled
Nice.
What?
Nice. Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
That's something with my bonus. If I have a bonus, I have a bonus.
15.
Yeah, I got
Pretty
15
good.
too.
Okay.
Perceptions. That's a 21.
Yeah. So you guys don't see anyone, but Roland, he looks around and yeah, there's no one around. And using your knowledge of military tactics and knowledge of ambushes, for some reason you have that. You can tell that there's nothing here that would provide a tactical advantage to ambush you. You imagine, for whatever reason, that you are not being watched, followed, or led into a trap of any kind, just based on your surroundings.
Great, that means he really wants us to destroy the tower, and destroying the tower does something good for me.
Yes, this is not good.
Maybe it releases it.
Or maybe he wants us to think that and
Wait,
not destroy the tower because of that.
Wait, the only source we have for this is a person who admitted to have been experimented on. He could have been controlled to...
You had other stuff, too.
Oh, okay, just stuff I missed.
Yeah, you weren't here.
I mean, the tower is pretty old. It's kind of weird that... What was the tower supposed to do originally? Why is it here?
Didn't he say it was guarded?
Well, guard on the inside, maybe not patrols on the outside.
Maybe.
Either way, I think it'll be a way to get more answers.
You are standing around the big flower planters, and you can just see the tower up in the a little bit in the distance, I guess, at this point.
Yeah. We're kind of seeing if anyone heard our horns. And
No one around.
This seems like a trap. Feels like a trap.
I mean, we are trapped in this whole city if they wanted to actually trap us.
But why would
Succeeded.
they leave it open for us to easily maybe destroy? I mean, if it's heavily guarded inside, then I'll change my mind. But
I
this
have
seems
no
pretty
idea.
suspicious.
I really don't know.
Think we should leave our options open just in case we find out it's a bad idea to destroy it, but we can continue with our original plan.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go in it and see what it's doing and see if we can figure out more about it. And if we figure out that turning it off is a good idea or will have some sort of benefit, then we should, but I don't know.
Okay. We can check it out before we completely destroy it, just in case. We'll head closer?
Yeah.
Okay, slowly and quietly and stealthily head closer, even though, just in case, overly cautious.
Stark against the white backdrop of the white stone and white branches that encircle this tower is a heavy black metal door. One door that looks to be made of a thick iron. Cracks run all through, more like veins of glowing fire run through this door and are centered around a large rune carved into the face of the door.
Does this door look like the same stuff as
Yes.
what's his face's armor?
It does look like the same stuff.
Well, that's concerning.
Whose armor?
What's his face? Oh, Captain Andrew?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
good.
stuff that's from the Nine Hells?
So we might not even be able to get through the door.
Maybe.
I got this.
I'd try that.
I don't want to have a broken hand.
I go up to the door and I knock.
I was about to say I go up to the door and I sense if it has magic to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You can feel it kind of crackling in the air.
Does it feel like it's gonna a trap sort of thing, or
No.
I'm looking for anything that might hurt us and prevent us from opening the door, just to make sure.
No, nothing that you feel that will prevent you from opening this door and getting near it.
Okay.
You walk up and you're totally fine. Knock, 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 bang, bang, bang. The door doesn't move. There's a handle. It's like a pull
Do I
handle that you
recognize the room?
push. I don't know. Roll Arcana. Do you have any Arcana training?
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe.
Nice.
It's an 18 plus 7. Does that do anything?
25.
Yes.
Yes, this is familiar to you, though it's a really old way of doing this. Clearly this door is really, really old, but the rune is a warding rune.
Mm-hmm.
It wards, it's a specific warding rune, but it's really archaic in how it's made and...
Is
how
it danger,
magic-
danger, danger?
No, it's more like keep out, but doesn't seem to be affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, you're a tiefling. It gives you some resistance. You feel this, you feel like you're kind of walking through thick jelly as you get towards the door.
So he already opened the door and like started walking in.
I'll open
You
it.
haven't opened it yet, have you? Yeah, you
open it.
You opened it up. You have no problem pulling the handle and opening it up.
Crap, I'm a tiefling too.
You're an even more of a tiefling. I walk towards the door.
You're fine. You walk right. You don't feel any. You two don't feel any obstruction to walking through this. You feel like you're kind of wading through like really thick jelly.
This is weird.
It's weird, and your body feels heavy.
What's wrong with you
You
guys?
get about 5 feet towards the door, and then it's like a rubber band. You just get thrown.
What the heck?
You get thrown backwards about 10 feet and take 2 points of damage as you tumble to the ground.
What
2
happened?
points of ego damage.
Is there a trap?
No.
I didn't
it's just
feel
a
anything.
Word. It's not.
Why
did you turn into a demon?
It gets thicker and thicker
I
and harder and
decision
harder to
making.
push on forward before you get to the frame of the door and you just can't push past.
Can I help to try like pull her? maybe?
Yeah, you guys both pull her and
Arms
you can feel
breaking.
your arm
Okay.
starting
Breaking
to
arms!
pull.
Abort mission!
Okay,
Wait.
The more they try to pull you towards the door, the more it starts pushing back on you, and you can tell that you're gonna break her arm before she gets in.
okay.
I have an idea. I'm going to, with haste, sprint towards the door with all of my might.
Excellent.
Oh, Jesus.
You get
You're gonna
you get right up
thrown.
next to her as she's
What do you
being
do?
pulled in, and you're just like, oh shit, and you get hurled backwards.
Oh my god.
You, like
That's
the
really
sound
nice.
of a.
We are the bravest, most amazing adventurers that has ever existed.
That's a lot of dice.
It sure is. As you get launched, not backwards, but into the air a little bit, and then into the plants, of which have thorns, dealing you 10 points of force and piercing damage, 5 of each.
Ooh. Wait, is that relevant to me?
No.
Because I don't have armor?
Not really. It's just damage.
Is it 5 or 10?
10 total.
Uh,
And you also just feel like a little steam come off of you, like sizzle.
Well, have fun, guys. Let us know how it is.
Seems like it's safe from Visago. Maybe.
possibly. I don't feel good about this. At all.
So what's inside? Like
This one's dead. I'm going to throw it away.
On the first floor,
Maybe
you see
you guys should go get Voss.
many different
And then you guys
colorful
can stay with
pillows,
Davey.
couches, a beautiful large carpet, and a big like brazier in the middle. That's more meant. It's slowly burning still. It looks like it's meant for ambiance more than anything else. It smells of different spices and incenses here on the first floor. There seems to be some kind of lobby, waiting, reading area. There's a staircase that circles the whole first floor and leads up to a second platform.
I pull out my cell phone and Google wards and how to remove them.
Yeah.
Does it work?
No.
No. Okay. So when I did my Arcana check on it, did I get a sense of what I can do to counteract it?
You know that there is a way. There will be a way to counteract it from the other side.
Oh. Look for a button or something to turn this off. Maybe there's like another rune.
Investigation.
Yeah, I mean, there's another rune. It's the counterpart rune is on the other side of the door. They kind of work in symbiosis together. Destroying the one on this side will deactivate the one on this side.
Seems like a bad idea.
Remember how to make it.
Do you know how to make it?
You're gonna have to bust through this metal to be able to mess with the rune.
I don't have anything that does that.
Are there any other entrances maybe you can find?
I look around the room.
You guys encircled the whole thing. There's nothing there. There's
I'll
no
go up
other
the stairs.
entrances. You go up the stairs.
Look around.
You enter a large kitchen area with a. Do you stealth up this at all?
Clang, clang, clang.
Well, yeah,
clang.
it
Not
is.
being unstealthy. Wouldn't say I'm being stealthy.
All right.
Not being unstealthy.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is probably 9 or that's 12.
Okay. Yeah. That is a 23 to hit you.
Oh, wow.
You are caught completely unaware as a wooden quarterstaff. As soon as your head is in view of this hunched, purple-skinned little dwarf man, he just clocks you in the face with this staff. The staff is this gnarled, big wooden oak thing, and he just clocks you right in the face with it, dealing
What a
you
dick.
6 plus, so 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and then sprints up the stairs to another higher floor.
I shout, mean no harm. Who are you?
What happened?
That
I'm
comes a
still
staff.
downstairs.
Yeah, you got hit in the face with the staff. I should also mention, this dude had weird little yellow fungal growths coming out of him, like, in a little haze around him.
Awesome.
So
He matches, generally, the description of the shaman that you have been given.
Hearing the commotion, I run upstairs too.
And they're gone. Alright, you guys roll initiative. I get out magic book.
This is gonna go well.
I think it's
Well, we've been punished for having horns and tails.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Alright.
hard in this world for a tiefling.
Yeah. You just became a tiefling like a week ago. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. We're gonna die.
Alright, what'd you roll?
5.
3.
1.
Oh, okay, that's amazing.
Finally, an opponent worthy
It's right there.
I know, an opponent worthy of us.
What?
Yeah. Okay. He didn't roll very well.
No, we didn't.
Where's my more murder book?
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it, guys. No worries. Owie! I hurt my leg, and none of you care.
I care.
Whatever. Darrow.
Is your leg okay?
Thank you. Where is this stupid one?
Okay. I feel like I shouldn't do that. Oh god. How close is he to us?
Oh, there we go.
Is he?
He ran up the stairs, so you won't even see him.
Oh, okay.
That one's probably a bit much for you guys at this point. All right.
Sorcerer. Because I need to know what the hell this is.
All right. Go ahead, friends.
I'll chase after him.
I will also chase after him.
All right.
Well, kind of.
Wait, can
I don't
see
want to
him?
get too close to him.
When you use your movement, so you're first. You're on the 5 initiative count, right?
Yeah.
So you go first. You run up,
I want to
and
get
then
to
you
where
meet
I
him where he says, "Hey, he went up there." You use the rest of your movement to get up top, and yeah, you can see him. He's like 5 feet away from you.
He's
That's-
5 feet. How far is he away from me?
He's on the 2nd floor. You're now on the crest of the 3rd floor.
All right. I'm going to do. Because there it is. Thunderclap.
Nice.
Thank God he's not away from me, so I don't have to do a spell thing to make sure he doesn't get hurt. So each creature within 5 feet of you must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 19.
Amazing. Okay, so he takes half damage. So 2d6. Where's the other 6? Five damage.
Nice.
5 thunder damage, to be specific.
All right. He's gotten 5 damage on him.
Wicked little creature.
But he count as a humanoid?
Yes, he does he? Yes. He counts as a medium
why?
humanoid.
It's not the...
Oh god.
So I shall cast Hold Person on him.
Uh-huh. Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
What's he roll to resist?
I want to say it's Wisdom. It might not be a good roll.
I rolled 2 19s in a row.
Damn it.
He
Plus,
definitely passes.
enough. Yeah, so 21 total. Okay.
Well, that was my action.
Cool.
Is everyone dead?
Surrounding you,
What?
he speaks this guttural, strange arcane language that you've never heard before. And strange little black portals open up all around you, and chains shoot out. Chains with barbs and things all over it, and they start to whip out and attempt to shred you. You guys can both make dexterity saving throws.
Damn. That's some serious stuff.
Dexterity? How is my dexterity?
To give you a mental image of what this looks like, that's what it looks like.
Fuck. Good.
Jeez. Are you within 10 feet?
No. Oh,
yeah,
I just
she's
rolled
definitely within 10
terribly.
feet of you.
So you get a plus.
It
5?
doesn't. It doesn't matter. Well, it might. +5.
Yep.
It's dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so I get a +5. Good. So that puts me at 11.
Okay. Nope.
No, I would pass them. I got a 12.
That just makes it
Damn it.
not a high saving throw for this guy. He has a lot of
A
tricks.
6 plus.
Yeah, so we should probably have some like violence music probably. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, he had advantage on the saving throws?
Huh?
Never mind. You said he rolled 2 19s.
Yeah, he did. He rolled a 19 for you and then a 19 for her.
For the saving throw?
Yeah.
For the whole person?
It's still there if you want to look
No, I'm just confused as to why he rolled it twice.
at it. He rolled a natural 19
Oh, right. That makes sense.
plus 2, which is 21.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So you both are going to take some ouchie damage as these chains begin to shred you. 1, 2. Is nothing. 11 damage.
Halved.
If you made a 12.
Well, halved. Werewolf.
So it's
Oh, this is magical.
Okay. Cool.
5?
Yeah, for you guys it's 5. Or not for you though. You get 11, you get 5. As these chains just whip out and start to shred you. You've never seen this spell before in your lives. You've never heard of this spell before.
I look slightly hurt.
Yeah, it is a nasty little spell, whatever it is. Alright. Top of the round. He's going to use the rest of his movement to run up another floor. Get out of the sight line of you guys. He's now on the 4th floor. This 3rd floor, by the way, you see a central bookcase. Several bookcases in the center of this room, surrounded by which are beds and desks. Everything looks like this place was ransacked. Unlike the 1st floor, which looks fairly nice still, this 3rd floor looks like it was torn apart.
Should we continue to run after him with just us two?
What else are we going to do?
Honestly, I don't know.
Decision-making time. It's your turn. Go.
I go up the stairs.
All right,
Just
you
enough
run up the
to see
stairs.
him. I
Yeah.
don't want to get close to
You
him.
move 10 feet up and you can see him right there. On top of the stairs, waiting to
Alright.
cast something. He's
Ray
got
of
the staff in his
Frost.
hand. Ray of Frost. Shoot him.
18 plus something.
18 plus... Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
15.
Oh yeah, that hurts. That hurts him.
And it reduces his speed by 10 feet.
Cool. You cast out this ray of frost and it hits him, and it starts to crackle over his body. He's just like ah. And you can tell he looks like he filed down his teeth to make them sharp. It's a creepy little dude.
Ew.
Um,
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of blood and sinew in his mouth, like he's been busy eating people or something.
Ugh.
Or really raw meat.
This place is lovely. We
Yeah.
should vacation here.
His eyes are like cold and blue and almost look dead, except for the little specks of yellow and the fungus growing all over him.
Yeah. That's why I'm staying away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there, so I don't have to punch him.
Yeah, don't go.
I guess I just
If you take your movement, you're within melee range.
run up and stab him.
Alright, you run up and stab him.
Ah. Wow.
No, I don't think you do.
Do I lose a weapon, or do I get to make a second?
Nah, you can. You swing and you hit the stone hard enough that it puts a little chip in the tip of your sword, and but it's still functional.
You might even hurt more when you rip it out of someone.
Organization.
Okay.
Hey!
Plus 7?
Yeah, that hits.
Something respectable.
Definitely hits.
Oh, 2 damage.
Poor sword.
I feel like he's rolling like not Worth it. So that is
Not bad.
5.
5 melee and 6 radiant.
Yeah. Okay. So you strike down on this shaman guy.
After 3, I think.
How much?
4 plus 4.
Plus 4.
So that's 15 in total.
So 15 in total. You swipe down. You deal like this massive gash on this guy's chest, and you can see he's losing a lot of blood. He's definitely bloody. And he's just like, gods! Gods!
In common?
Yes, he yells this out in common.
We can understand him.
Well, I mean, I'm not there to know this, but interesting.
You can hear him. I mean, it's not that. It's a fairly open floor plan, and you can hear that cascade down. You can hear the fight going on, yeah. It's now his turn. He's going to cast... again, this strange language you never heard before.
Good.
And he just kind of... You can see him just take his hand and just sinks his fingers into his chest and rips out a big section of his... rips out a section of his chest, which deals him a little bit of damage.
Does he accidentally kill himself?
That would be
he
fun.
throws it on the ground, and then he throws another piece of it on the ground, and the blood starts spraying up and creates two versions of him in the blood. The blood like bubbles up and creates another 2 of him.
What the fuck?
They might die if he dies.
And that is actually his bonus action. So he's going to cast this chain thing again, where he just and you make death saves again.
Yeah. And I continue to roll like shit, and
What'd you get?
oh, it's still plus 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, I think I saved because it's 8
Well,
plus
it was a
5 plus
success.
3.
Yeah, you succeed.
Woo!
You also succeed. You
For
take a
once!
little bit of damage. Ooh.
This bouncy rolling surface like keeps me in suspense. Just keeps me
Like,
rolling.
seriously.
Yeah, I know.
It's horrifying.
So 18 divided by 2 is 9 points of damage each.
Not liking this.
Oh man.
As these, again, and you can tell there's something strange about these blades. As they come out and nick you, you've been hit by all manner of weapons that hurt you guys. You can tell you're like really hemorrhaging. You guys are soaked in your own blood. These chains are this way of bleeding you. You are pouring blood onto the ground. You were both going to start taking stacks of bleed every turn. So you get a D6 and you get a D6 every start of the round, every start of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get an extra stack of that every time this thing lands.
Good.
I'm just looking for anything that I can do. And
Yeah,
failing. And
there's nothing.
Yeah.
He's looking hurt though. At least the version he didn't plop out.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bonus action right now and take, I think, my last potion of healing.
Sweet.
Give you 5, 7.
7 points of healing for yourself.
Yep,
Nice.
that's how much I get to heal.
Nice.
Okay, now I'll take my action, since this seems to be higher effectiveness. Ray of Frost again. Casting Ray of Frost on the main dude, not his little minion people.
On the main dude. Got it. Sure.
16 plus 6 to attack.
16 plus 6 would hit. However, one of
Fuck.
the blood things is going to use its reaction to jump in front of your blow and take it for him.
Okay.
You destroy it with a hit, like a scapegoat. So
so it's gone now.
It's a staff you're hitting it with? Or
No,
what?
this is a Ray of Frost. This
Okay,
is a
you
cantrip.
cast out the bolt and it like jumps out, like splitting itself apart and turning into this little blood form. Jumps out, takes the hit, and then explodes into a little spray and is gone.
Okay, so I'm not even rolling for damage.
No,
It's
it's one hit to destroy it. But it can stop you from hitting him.
One
Sam.
more can.
Sam, aka Roland, aka the oh god.
You have 2 attacks, so you can just kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This guy is looking hurt, remember.
that's why I'm trying to kill him first.
I'll run up to him and stab him, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, you run up and swing.
Fuck, this is crucial.
What is that total?
Terrible.
9.
That would not be a hit, so the blood body doesn't need to react.
Does it?
Do you have any area of effect damage stuff?
No, I don't. The closest I have is one person, which could work. But I don't know how.
Could work. Could work. Are you gonna try a whole person? cast that spell.
I cast it.
All right. He rolls a what?
Wisdom saving throw. 9 plus
2, 11.
Does not pass.
Thank
16.
God.
All right.
God
you can
damn.
see the blood body tries to react, but it doesn't know how to react to this whole person spell, which isn't like a bolt. So you just cast it, and he's. You can see his little nasty little tongue, like licking his little teeth, staring at you, trying to struggle out.
Beat him to death with a hammer.
That would be his turn. He's held, so at the start of his turn, does he make, or at the end of his turn, he makes another save, right?
Paralyzed?
Yeah, he's paralyzed. At the end of his turn, does he make another save, or at the end of your turn?
I think it's this.
The
End of
start of
someone's
his next turn.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember how it works.
Must see the wisdom saving throw. End of each turn, victim can make a wisdom saving throw on success spell.
Okay, so at his turn, he can't do anything. The blood body can't be ordered to do anything, so he rolls a 18 total.
That would pass.
His turn is gone. So he... Uh-oh. You're up.
Oh, let's hope I hit with Ray of Frost again.
Juliet.
16 plus 6.
Yep, the blood body reacts and destroys itself,
Yeah.
affecting the master. You're up.
Hopefully he can actually do some damage since he doesn't have the stupid blood bodies anymore.
Walk up and
Do all the damage.
Poke him?
yes.
Oh,
Fuck.
No.
yeah, you break off the tip of your sword. So now it's like a more flat executioner type blade.
He's really pissing off. Again.
Okay.
There we go.
Respectable.
6, 18.
You connect.
God.
He has this look of like anger, psychosis, and fear as your blade comes down.
Okay.
7, 3
Okay.
plus 4, so that's 14.
And how would you like to do this?
Thank God.
Yes.
Jesus. Couldn't take more chains.
So you just bring the blade down and split into his skull, and he just
Lovely.
and he just falls flat backwards. A little bit of his brain juice starts to spill out onto the floor.
Don't touch the brain juice. I'm not there.
Is there any other
There's no one else here.
hostile people? So look around the room for stuff.
This is the 4th floor, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
on this floor, which is not the top, this seems to be a more grand room. It's got training dummies and big workstations, alchemical stations, like a little workstation like with hammers and like a tiny fire and stuff like that.
Are there
It seems just like
healing
there's a-
potions sitting around?
In fact,
I heard
there is a rack of
Oh yes, please.
there is a rack of things.
About to rant.
One, I should have you guys roll for what these actually are. But you're searching the room first. So yes, you
we're
do
searching the
find
room.
a this on the alchemical station as of yet unused.
Cool.
There are other things here as well.
Should we roll for investigation?
What are you doing
Investigation
right now?
shit.
Are you
I'm looking
just
around the
investigating
room
the hell
for
out of this
stuff.
room? Got it.
Because
All right. Are you checking
looking
his
for anything
body?
useful.
What are you doing? So you're looking around the room.
yes, I'm looking around the room.
Is there an upstairs?
There is an upstairs from here. Yes.
And that's the 5th floor or 4th floor?
That's the 5th.
Oh, there it is.
I'll look upstairs.
Okay, you head upstairs, and this is clearly where this dude has been living based on the smell.
Ew.
It's a large bed, but it looks like he didn't enjoy how the bed was initially, so he just stabbed it a bunch of times. So down feathers all over this thing. It looks like more of a nest than a bed per se. But at one point, this was probably a very grand room. You can see a very nice, big, beautiful, ornate desk. Very big, nice bed frame. No longer a very nice bed. You can see a symbol. Oh, sorry. That's not that room. That's the 4th floor. You can see big wardrobes full of robes. Nice, magical person wearing robes. So they look comfortable, but not really functional. You see a bunch of different packs, like handbags, bunch of pouches, and different interesting sort of
I'll check
looking
all the bags.
bottles. Yeah, you check all the bags. You end up getting about 1,000 gold pieces, about 1,117 gold pieces in total from these bags.
Wow.
1,117?
And you also find On the table up here,
Carry all of
on
I'm
the
not
table
up
up here, there
We're
are
about to
4.
carry down and hold and be like, throw this in your bag. Throw this in your bag.
On the big ornate desk, like it's a smaller alchemical station up here. It's certainly not as big as important, but it looks like it was set up by this dude. It doesn't look like it was originally a part. You find 4 things. You find a black handle, which looks like it was the handle of a blade at one point. You find that one seems to have some degree. It's in like the center of the desk, like it had recently been messed with. You find a vial of tiny crystals. You find a thick red liquid in a thick glass flask, which the flask is unnaturally warm to the touch and glows with a faint light. And a flask of viscous green and black liquid, cold to the touch, and exudes an aura of shadow.
That's gotta be something good. You should drink it.
Mm-hmm.
Drink all of them.
You can roll like maybe an intelligence check or religion check on this to figure out what these things are.
Can I? It's like a Tragathermo?
They're in flasks, like you can just pick up the glass.
I'll take them all and head downstairs.
Alright.
And I go down and give them to Addie.
Alright. He hands you these things. He walks out. Are you guys doing anything about the rune on the door, or are you just living with them outside?
Just living with them outside.
You find in the room before this happens that on this 4th floor there's a bunch of training dummies, alchemical stations. In the center of the room is a very large, very intricately carved runic symbol with one big etch out of the corner of it. Like someone came by, this is after the fact, someone came by and scratched out one of the lines. So they broke the rune, whatever it was.
Can I go look at it?
Yeah, you can look at it.
Arcana?
Clearly someone came by with like a dagger or a chisel or something and just scraped the shit out of this one section.
Can
It's
I do
a
an
special
arcana
kind
check
of...
to see if I knew what it might have been at
Yeah,
one point?
you can make an arcana check to see what it might have been.
I also give you 1,117 gold for the party fund.
Oh Jesus.
Where the heck is our arcana? Oh, 18.
Yeah, this looks like a teleportation circle, like an older version of it.
Huh.
You know that these things, wizards can use these to teleport from place to place. This is like an anchor location. Like if you know this symbol, you can teleport directly to this spot. But since the symbol has been broken, it won't work anymore.
Okay.
You could remake the line if you so desired.
Can I make it? Do I know if I can make it slightly different so that I remember it?
That requires magical inlay and enchantment. It's all you could do to... You could remake the circle, but unless you cast teleportation circle again every day for a year, you can't remake the symbol.
Do I want to etch it back in?
I don't know.
I don't do that.
All right. Addie, he hands you a bunch of shit. You have some alchemical training, so you just make a investigation.
Okay.
You handle all 4 things?
Yes.
Sure.
I guess I'm just picking thorns out of my
Oh,
body.
I asked you, was that the highest part of the tower?
Sure.
The room?
So.
Was the room the highest part of the tower? Where the
11.
dude was staying?
11?
Yeah.
You... Here, you can tell people what these are.
Really? That was enough to even know?
They're fairly famous.
Oh. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. I shoved them in my bag really fast.
What's going on there?
This is some really bad shit, guys.
I
some
come downstairs.
Angel blood and angel tears and demon blood, and this is, I don't know what they are doing up here, but this is fucked.
On the
What did
shaman's body, he had these.
Gobble of Night.
Why are angel tears and demon blood so bad?
I mean, usually Do I know why they're bad?
The descriptions are there for a reason.
Nice. So what did he do?
It's just
Just
really,
read them aloud.
really okay.
I wrote this myself.
Angel tears. Hardened into tiny crystals, these tears can only be gathered in places where angels have felt great sorrow or pain. So cursed are these that all practical knowledge has been stricken from history.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Angel blood. A thick red liquid in a thick glass flask. The flask is unnaturally warm to the touch and glows with a faint light. 5d6 points of acid damage if thrown as a grenade against infernal creatures. It may also have other uses.
Keep that shit off of your hands.
Good.
Yeah.
And bigger.
Yeah.
Demon blood. Viscous green and black. Flask is cold to the touch. Exudes shadow. Sprinkled over a 100-foot area, the treated area becomes tainted as if from an unhallowed spell. It may also have other uses. I'm thinking this guy was probably gonna do some sort of ritual, or had already done some sort of ritual.
Wait, is Visago infernal?
He's a demon.
So
I'm gonna hold on to these. Also,
I'm
the
D6,
angel
huh?
stuff is extremely illegal.
Yes.
Should
Extremely.
hide that and don't talk about it.
You
like we have.
recognize, when she says angel tears, you've been trained your whole life, like, you shouldn't have these ever. If someone has them, even having them is illegal. Like, you could have taken them from someone else. Having them in your possession is illegal. They are to be destroyed on sight.
what's the penalty for having them?
What did they do that's
Death.
so
Immediate.
bad?
Like, not pleasant death
I think it's
either,
more
like
the
execution.
act
More
of
like,
Causing
how they
angels?
got.
the church has a very hardline stance on these sorts of things. Like,
Oh my.
Well, they don't
the
know
process
we
by
have them, so
getting
they couldn't
these
go
is
to
so
the back and
highly
find
illegal,
them
using them
accidentally.
highly illegal.
So
True.
to make angels cry, you have to like do some really fucked up
Yeah,
shit.
you have to be really evil to get a hold of this stuff.
Or happen upon it.
Demon blood, not as rare. You can buy that in specialty shops.
Oh yeah, I mean just.
But
kill a
angel
demon.
tears are like one of the rarest alchemical ingredients ever. You
I think
can't
I'll make a
find
face
those.
mask out of it.
Angel blood, less rare, but still pretty damn rare. Both highly illegal.
That's just a
What
unfair
sort of
policy.
stuff are you guys finding up there? Are you finding like ritual things, like carved into
Teleportation
the
circle
floor?
that's been partly etched out.
Well,
I
that's
wasn't gonna
good.
etch it back in.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
No.
Also, when you touch the hilt of the knife that he hands you, it erupts.
Into a volcano?
Maybe.
Ooh,
What is it?
interesting. It's a super cool dagger. I don't use daggers, but if anyone wants a dagger.
does what?
It turned on when you grabbed it. Read it.
Okay. The blade seems to flicker and dance as if its blade were made of ebon flames. However, ebon?
Like ebony.
Oh.
I've always heard it ebon. Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
However, it is hard to the touch as solid crystal. Cuts made at the blade are near painless. It's a +2 dagger with 1d6 life leech.
Ooh.
So,
It is that thing.
I give it to Matt. Does it do the same thing?
It gets a little bigger.
Ooh.
Oh,
So does it only work for tieflings?
I guess
Or
so.
infernal?
Does a
Creature?
dagger count as a?
In the process of searching through the alchemical station, you also find these two things.
What's the rating on that dagger?
What do you mean?
Is there a?
It's just one hand.
Find more strange
one-handed
liquids.
weapon.
Yes, I'll find these two.
They are
Good.
finesse weapons.
I'm not sure if I could use those or if those fall into the category of simple weapons.
Would this even count as a simple weapon? I don't think so.
Wow.
I
it's
don't
a
know.
simple weapon.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a dagger.
Okay.
I
So
think.
yes, you could use it.
Well,
Maybe.
Let's see if it's better than my quarterstaff.
I didn't know if something that said finesse weapons was also considered.
I think
doesn't take
finesse
effect
means
at the next
both
phase.
strength and dex. I think.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
For all intents and purposes, let's say anybody could use it.
I thought you said it only worked for us.
But
You
the
two.
next person-
Anybody like you two.
You see, is not your gender or interest, or if you're hostile towards them. do you mean by hostile?
Like if they hate you and want to kill you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's worthwhile for me.
Sure, I'll keep it.
A dagger is only 1d4, so.
Okay. This will be interesting. This might become useful.
Yeah.
Momo keeps this in her own pocket.
Figured. Figured whoever found it wouldn't tell anyone else they had it.
Yup. She already thought of where she would use it.
I imagined that people would instantly have ideas as well.
I found an elixir of health.
I have tons of healing stuff, so.
What does the elixir health do?
It cures any disease afflicting you, removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions. Which might become useful. Tastes like lavender and smells like lavender.
Fancy.
What does lavender taste like?
Kind of bitter.
Tastes kind of good. I
Flowery.
lavender tea.
Flowery and
That was good.
Alright. Oh, sorry. Also on the, you searched the body, right?
Sure, yes.
Thought you did. I gave you the goggles, so you searched the body. Enjoy. Oh.
Huh.
That's right. You also have this. This is on you, right? That's just an item card I made for you.
Oh, yeah. God, I had this.
What did you find on his body?
A strange wand.
That's all it says.
The wood of this wand spirals in a helical pattern with a strange symbol carved into the hilt. Its effects are unclear.
Oh, good. That means it's something really good and not horrible at all.
Maybe
it's,
who knows?
Maybe it controls this thing.
I tap a ward with it.
You tap the ward with it?
Yeah.
It does nothing.
Try to cast a spell with it.
Oh,
Like
God.
not
You
a,
just walked up and poked it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Yep. Use it as like a spell thing.
I say, what a spell thing would be? Evotic? No, that's not the
A
right
body
word.
spell.
You might, so looking at the rune from this side, you might be able to say, it is an arcane symbol, and arcane symbols have vocal components. You might be able to say the vocal component.
Read it.
Can I read it? Try to read it.
Yeah, which side of the arcane symbol are you reading?
The inside one?
Okay. You hold out the wand and say this.
Yes.
You say this, and it flashes for a second, and then dims, and you don't feel that jello feeling anymore.
Oh, thank God. It was weird.
I'm still hesitant to approach the door.
Yeah, they fucked you
should
up.
run out there and try a running start again, just to be
Oh.
sure.
Good, yeah, it might work this time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
What's
kind of sitting there
other
like,
stuff say?
The other,
Seems
like,
okay.
the other
Seems
arcane
okay.
symbol. All right. I
Like a-
gingerly walk through the doorway.
like I'm well past the door still.
Yep. Nothing there. It's all
Alright,
okay.
Are you able to cast it again?
I
Please don't.
want to try with him inside.
Yeah,
That
we
might
might
be
get turned
bad.
into.
Oh, is it through the whole place? It's not just through the part of the door.
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we might
never
get
mind.
turned
Wait
into
to be catapulted
tiefling
halfway across the
preserves.
city.
It'll be like Vampire Diaries when a vampire's in a house that they no longer own
And then
and
you
aren't
just-
allowed in. They just like feel like they're imploding until they leave.
Wow.
Alright, yeah, never mind. So maybe that might be useful.
Well, useful to not you guys.
Wait, shit. I think they wanted. Wait, never mind. I had a thought. It was a dumb thought.
What was it thought?
My thought was that they wanted us to disable it so the demon fellow could get in here, but they could have done it at any time. So,
Maybe it doesn't work for demons.
I mean, they had
I mean,
Drogar.
That thing
This
was in
Delagar.
here.
Did we
Yes.
find all the floors and all the rooms in this tower?
Oh yeah. There. Yeah, you've seen it all.
So,
So
did we
see
see
where it's emitting the weird spore crap, or
Ah,
like that's also what I would have
fair
been looking
point.
for.
No, there's a balcony on the 5th floor that has a staircase that leads up to the top of the tower, like a lighthouse type situation.
Go up there.
Yeah, there's it's weird. It doesn't. It seems like the spores are like. There's a symbol carved into the thing, and it seems like the spores are being like. They seem to be coming out of the stonework, like out of nowhere. They're just like.
like they're teleporting through the
Yes.
seal or something?
Like they're teleporting through the seal at the top of this tower.
I wonder if we just
Can
do
we
the same
etch it
thing
out?
and break it, if they'll stop coming from wherever they're coming from. Can I look at the thing and see if it looks like I want to see its place of origin.
The seal itself looks fine. It looks like someone fucked with it. There's some extra stuff carved into the sides.
Yeah, but what does it look like? Does it look like a normal seal that I would see around these places? Does
Again,
it look
every
super
spell
evil?
that's etched into anything looks real old around here. This doesn't look like an evil spell or anything. It actually looks like the spell's intended purpose was to distribute something, and then has been harnessed to distribute this instead.
So the newer extra symbols?
The newer extra symbols seem to be making the spore stuff come out of it.
So can we like mess with the newer
Yeah,
symbols?
you could try to remove it.
I would try to do
I'm
that
gonna
because
try to
this
remove
might
it,
be
too.
how they get like rain or something down here.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with the extra symbols, the newly added symbols.
Or I guess failing that, if we just scratch it all out.
Read
What
the symbol?
what are we doing, guys?
I want to scratch out the
I also want
new
to scratch out the new
symbols.
symbols.
Yeah, let's go with that
Scratch it.
first.
Okay, then we break the seal if it doesn't work.
Yes.
Okay.
For the lost fails, smash it.
Yeah.
By the way-
destroy it to.
God damn it.
Can I read the seal?
You can read the seal. It's old. It's really old magic, and you're not Arcana. Do you have Arcana proficiency?
I do. Can
I do too.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Looking at
Alright.
it, it looks like it was made to distribute something.
Okay.
I just want to see if I can like say it and point the wand at it.
Oh,
Oh God.
yes, you can do that.
I do that.
It turns off.
I'm still gonna fuck with the new symbols
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
because they might
Can
be
we
able to turn it back on.
and then
Make the Arcana. So make Arcana check. One of you makes it a proficient at advantage. One of you
Oh, one.
gets the
How-
roll
what is
because
your
one of
number?
you is helping the other one do this.
my Arcana is +7.
Yours is higher than mine, so you do it.
Plus, it's like you're a smith. You're supposed to be able to do this stuff. All right, you take out your smithing crap.
Yeah.
Smithiness. Luck. I use luck.
All
on
right.
one of these things.
All right. Sounds good.
There you go.
Wait, how will luck work if I
roll an
rolled at
advantage.
advantage?
You roll an
You take
advantage
the better
again?
one.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that didn't count. Okay, whatever. 17.
Yeah, you're with that Arcana check. You're sure that you know which symbols are not in the right places. Now you can make your alchemical smith check
Oh, good. I have to make
to
another
remove
check.
them.
What was that again?
I don't remember. I never remember. I expect you to remember your own ability.
You change it every time. That's
Don't
why.
change it every time.
You
Because you don't
said it
remember.
was intelligence plus proficiency
That sounds right. Yeah,
plus something.
yeah, sure. Intelligence proficiency. Good. I love it.
That's the worst. Okay. I guess I'll use another luck thing.
All right.
I'm so sorry, Die. Come on, nat 20. Not nat
That's
20.
Even worse. Okay. This is that's 15.
Yeah. 15 is what you needed. You're just able to remove the extra chalk, like this magical chalk that they've used to etch in. It's not actual etched into the to the stonework. You're able to get it off, and you think you've gotten it all.
Is anything
Do we
changed
see
with it?
anything
Yes, you
else
turned it
different
back on.
Upon
amid?
seeing it, I'll try to turn it back on.
You turn it back on, and instantly, what looks like little white fireflies or fairies from Think Zelda, like little balls of light with wings, start cascading out of the top. Like
What
the cork
is
has been
this?
removed from a champagne bottle,
Oh dear.
and they fly up into the ceiling
Uh-huh.
and illuminate the entire cavern in daylight,
Oh.
Oh.
That's how that works.
like sunlight.
Do we hear screams of pain and sadness?
You do sense, and throughout the cavern, there is a sense of discomfort. Both Dwagar and Drow do not like sunlight.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Now they know where we are.
They
There we
certainly
go.
do.
I mean,
Hopefully
they knew
can't.
where we were at to begin with, so...
So,
You guys searched everything here, right?
yeah, how can we ensure they don't etch that stuff back in?
Definitely not. You guys are aware that you did not really search this tower very well at all.
We need to keep them from getting back in here to mess this up.
So you guys might have to leave and we put the thing back on the door.
Or you
Maybe.
try putting it on right now.
No, you guys should leave so we can put the thing back on
Does
the
the
door.
symbol seem like it could be targeted towards anything, or is it just looks like it's...
What, the warding symbol?
Yeah.
It looks like it's targeted towards lower planes.
Yeah,
like
we should.
infernal creatures.
We can
that
search, but
they
we have
aren't
to make
able to
sure no
pass
more
through the
infernal
door.
people
But
get in.
that wouldn't include Dwagar, right? They're just dwarves.
Correct.
But
Drow either.
So
They're not infernal creatures.
I mean,
You're
they'll
an
stop.
infernal creature.
They'll stop. What's his face from?
well, I mean, he's
Right?
got
You could just fly
he's got
up.
minions. He's got minions.
True.
We need to have a spell that just says no one can enter this. I guess
But us.
if such a spell exists.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Are we investigating the tower more?
Yeah,
Turning the
investigate the
door
tower.
back on? What's the plan?
Well, we like the light stuff. That might prevent the Dwagar from being effective.
I'm gonna go.
So that seems to be good.
Search the area where he was working on stuff, wherever they found.
Yeah, that's the 5th floor, right before the lighthouse pot.
Is there anything else up on the roof?
No, just that symbol.
Okay.
I'm specifically looking for any information about what that stuff was, how they can control it, just anything that doesn't look like it belongs here.
I'm a bad DM, so I haven't printed off the journal entries that I'm supposed to be handing you.
Oh.
But I'm going to summarize them, and then I'll print them off
Awesome.
and hand them to you guys. I'll probably send them out in the group me so that you know what they say.
My
Okay.
version's broken.
Yeah, I know. I instead got the map to work on OBS instead of printing off the journal entries. But essentially, you get the first journal. The earliest of the journal entries is basically, our Lord has asked me to move our operation here. It's going well, affecting 90% of infected.
Oh, good.
Moving the Queen was difficult. Found a safe place for her under the tower.
Oh.
Oh.
Fuck.
Then later entries get into his absolute hatred of Visago and how he questions his actions. He thinks Visago is an idiot who's annoying
Yes.
and ruins his work.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Agreed.
That's why he put the ward on the door.
He actually mentioned that the ward on the door was very fortuitous that it existed before
Oh.
he arrived.
Oh.
The original entries are only like a week old. I mean, they showed up a week ago.
Okay, so we need to go down to the basement and do some killing.
It also explains that he found a secret chamber. There's this one entry that stands out among all the others. It's the longest one. It's this: I found the secret chamber somewhere in the tower. I dare not write down where it is. I feel that finding it will become common knowledge. And that's all he says about it.
I feel
All right.
or
Well, we have
fear.
2 things.
I fear that finding it will be common knowledge.
So
Okay, so we should check for any
Everything.
hidden doors, any hidden walls,
And
any
then the
trap
rest of it is
doors?
like ramblings. There's a lot of weird ramblings. This is like what you're getting out of the stuff that actually makes sense. A lot of it's in Undercommon, hard to read, but some of it's in Common, seemingly so other Drow or Dwagar can't read it. He talks about finding the secret chamber. He talks about he starts to write. He's fearful of what might happen should the teleportation circle remain together. So he talks about destroying it. He talks about altering the teleportation circle.
I wonder why. I'm glad I didn't try to do anything with it.
Yep.
Okay, so how do we want to do this investigation? We have to check fast and thoroughly.
You check the 5th, 4th, and that's it.
You've checked the 4th pretty well. So
I
the
didn't
first
check for
floor,
trap doors.
first floor is the lobby, like the sitting room, reading room, lobby area, brazier. It's a nice, comfortable place full of incense and fun. Second floor is a big kitchen, which, from what you could tell, seems to be doing stuff on its own. Like it's making its own food and putting its own food on the. You're not really sure how that works.
So do we have a sense of like the shape of the tower?
Yeah,
And that
it's
they-
a big cylinder.
They walked into the outside and they didn't bump into anything that might be hidden, I assume.
Big
So I'm
cylinder.
trying to figure out where
I
a
wanna-
space might be missing in the tower.
You think about that, and no, there's
Okay.
all space is accounted for as far as you can tell.
So maybe it's underground.
You have the
look,
lobby. You have the second floor is the kitchen. You have the third floor, which seems to be like a room for
Beds and cabinets.
beds, cabinets, a big stack of library books and not like
Can I
books, like a
look along the
bookshelf.
walls
Yeah.
in
Maybe
this
the room
room?
might
Yeah,
and
you look along the
see,
walls.
Like feel for anything.
Yeah, just, like,
try
kinda
to
knock.
Feel for
investigate
magic.
You feel for which floor are you doing this on?
the
Oh, okay.
one that had all of the magical stuff in it.
The fourth floor?
The workshop room area.
I think that's the fourth
workshop
floor,
room
right?
area. Yeah, that's the 4th floor.
I'll check the 3rd floor for the traps and doors.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check the 2nd floor. I'll just
It
like,
might be
Second
like
floor
a
is the
void
kitchen.
area where it's
You
not
don't
in this
find
plane.
anything in the kitchen, but you do find this.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll
Is
go
it a
check the
magical
first
baguette?
floor to see if I detect anything or anything
It's
that
better.
might lead to a basement.
Decanter of endless water.
Oh,
The what?
Yeah.
just drown the shit out of people with that.
Just stick it upside down and flood the whole building. Perfect.
There you go.
You also find this.
Ooh.
What is gonna happen when the time runs out? 'Cause it's taking forever.
I don't know.
People arrive, so we have less time to search.
We'll see.
So.
Searching.
I'm looking
walls.
for a basement on the first
Alright,
floor.
you look for a basement on the 1st floor.
See
We'll
if
start.
there's
We'll go
anything.
from 1st floor up.
Okay.
So you start at 1st floor. You start searching around. You're
Yep.
just tossing pillows.
Tossing feeling for magic or any
You
mechanical
feel on the
system.
walls first. You don't find anything. I'm not gonna make you roll for this because as soon
Okay.
as you pull up the carpet, there's a hatch.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a big wooden hatch with a lock on it.
Hey guys, I found the basement or something.
It's a padlock, big iron padlock. It looks sturdy, but you could get it off with a spell or
Be
something.
careful. There's something weird down there.
Does anyone know how to pick a lock?
Yes, but I'm busy.
All right, you search the 2nd floor. That's what you found. You also find that when you out of curiosity, you see like work being done, food being made, though it doesn't seem to go anywhere. You sit down at one of the tables, and food is on a saucer, floats over, and lands in front of you. It's a nice little meal.
Fantastic. Take a second to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that floor is useless.
3rd floor, you're searching. Make an investigation check. What are you searching for specifically? What are you doing?
Just anything that looks weird.
Okay.
Out of place.
Meaning in life.
You find yourself. Oh.
No.
What did you roll?
9 plus 1, so 10.
Okay. Under one of the desks, there's a helical, strange symbol structure. It seems to be an uncompleted magical seal. Like it's missing a couple parts, but you're not really sure what would go there. You imagine this is probably a puzzle of some kind. 4th floor, you're searching. Super magical room. There is nothing left to find up here.
I'm looking for this trap door that they're talking about. I'm searching on the walls and on the floor and.
You do not find anything.
Okay, well that was useless. Cool.
Let me pick the lock.
She
Yeah.
does yell this out at this point.
Oh
Let me roll
god.
with the lock.
I'll go downstairs and try to do that.
All right.
Then.
How do
As
you?
she's
You're
heading
just breaking.
downstairs, I try to catch her attention for the thing under the cabinet.
Yeah. He catches your attention and points out this seal thing.
What do I recognize symbols?
No. This is magic, but no magic you've ever seen. It looks old and strange and very advanced.
And it doesn't seem like any style I've seen around
It's
here
similar to the
already.
teleportation circle. Similar in structure. Like the foundations are very similar, but it's definitely not a teleportation circle.
Hmm.
I'm eating
Okay.
away me.
Okay. And it looks like something's missing from it.
It looks like there are sections that are missing the symbol that would go there.
Okay. And I haven't seen any other symbols.
The only thing you've seen is in the journal, and it says he fears the answer will become common knowledge.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna let you think for a minute.
Why?
Because your character can think really fast, and also I've been handing out items, so I'm gonna get you guys a break on this one.
It could be scattered throughout the house. It could be, if we're going by exactly what he's saying and taking it almost literally, could be like some words or something, but I don't know what it would even be written in. I don't know. See, I'm not as smart as my character in real life, so I don't know what I should be looking for.
Anybody can help. I'm sure you've called people to help out with this by
Would
now.
you have called people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you all are aware of this symbol, which seems to be missing pieces.
Can I start like using like the basics of what I've learned and being like going back to foundation and trying different stuff with it?
This is unlike anything you've ever seen. Other than the teleportation circle. This is similar, but the symbols around it you have never seen before.
Can I look through the stuff on the desk and try to see if I find anything?
Fear's the answer would be common. Maybe
again, this room has been ransacked. It looks like papers are thrown everywhere. It looks like someone did that.
Are there any other desks that maybe they
5
complete
other
the?
desks.
So I'll look. This is under the desk, right?
Under one of the desks.
I look at under the rest of the desks.
Nothing on any of the other desks.
And everything has been destroyed.
It's been ransacked. The library section, around the cylinder, there are beds and desks. In the center, there's like a little library, and in the middle, there's a little seating area.
I look at the chairs.
The chairs are fine. Nothing wrong with the chairs.
No,
I look
The
through
books are not all
journal.
thrown off the library bookshelf either.
The books are still there.
Books are still on the library, are in the bookshelves. They're not. They haven't been scattered everywhere.
Okay.
The papers have been scattered most everywhere.
So I'll look at those. What do they seem?
They're all theory,
Normal books.
different
or?
schools. There's a book on necromancy, which is uncommon.
That's weird.
It looks old and it's in Elvish.
I can read it.
The date on this puts this like really early, like before necromancy was illegal kind of situation. It's funny. The spells in this book are the spells that everyone knows, but this was like the pinnacle of research at the time.
Okay.
So it's like they just stopped researching it when it became illegal. It's not illegal to teach current necromancy. It is illegal to research new necromancy.
Okay.
So this is like an old necromantic book, which is probably worth quite a bit if you sell it as like a collector's piece. It's probably worth like 500 gold pieces if you wish to take it with you.
Why not? Throw it in your bag.
Sure.
Okay.
All these books are fairly advanced books.
Do any of them seem to have old magic or any symbols that might resemble what we've seen? Because that's what I've
You
been
all-
flipping through to see.
Who's searching and who's getting? One of you can take advantage on the investigation check for searching these books.
Would it be?
Who's got investigation?
Investigations +7.
Well, then we know who's rolling for it. Screw that.
Okay.
Yeah. My +2 won't do anything unless I roll well.
Does a 17 +7 work?
Yeah.
Yay.
You find several books that stand out. Many of these are handwritten books, like smaller journals that are probably written by the people that lived here. One book stands out as being like the dumbest book. It's like it's kind of like the book that they give all brand new mages. Like you've seen this book before. The name of the book is Beginning Arcana.
Oh.
I remember this.
And they're
Yeah.
all like handwritten?
This one isn't. This one's
Oh.
This one's like most books are handwritten. This one's a printed copy.
What are the other handwritten books like?
Uh,
Is it different types of magic?
yeah, different types of magic, different theories. It seems like they're more like dissertation type situations. Like the mages.
Did they
here
all look
wrote
like
them.
they were written by the same person?
No,
or
they were
different people?
written by many different hands.
Do I recognize any of the handwriting?
Have you ever seen Ranwald's handwriting before?
I mean, he writes in that book. Isn't that his handwriting?
Yeah, you've seen some of this handwriting.
Okay. Well, this is weird and
But we don't see anything in any of the books as we flip through them.
The journals, no.
Is there anything in
Even the text, even the beginner textbook.
When you
You
flip
flip
through the
through.
beginner textbook, in the back of the book, on the last page, which is a blank page, the answer to
You said common knowledge. I was like, it's the basic ass book.
Probably that was
Yes.
a riddle, but I didn't think so.
Yay! All right.
Okay.
Go etch that crap in.
Answer me these riddles 3.
How do you etch it in?
How does it seem like it's already
So
etched
the
in?
The
answer-
right way.
So the answer, it gives you this. It has the correct symbology, and in where the blank spaces are, it shows the symbol. But so it shows the right symbols, but the rest of it's blank. So you would need both pieces to know the answer. But under it, written under it, says blood.
Oh.
Any
I
blood
don't want to cut
particular?
myself.
Is my arm still bleeding from?
Oh yeah, are we still bloody? Like I'll just wipe some off my arm or
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah,
and
you guys
start,
got plenty to go
and
around.
I'll start filling it in.
You make
with
the
what I-
symbols, and
Yes.
you're gone.
Oh, good.
I'll do the
She
same
disappears like gone,
Guys,
Shit.
I
Fuck
also do the
this.
same thing.
gone.
All right.
they just want us to... Okay, well, you did that.
You blink away. You're standing alone in this room. All your friends are gone.
All my friends are dead.
Could live here forever.
We're going to the queen in the basement.
Yeah, I go
That's-
kill her by myself.
All right, sounds good.
I cut myself,
Got it.
and I cry a little.
And then you etch it in.
Yes.
All right. You guys, all of you are hazy because this is a weird
Did
version.
we take the book with us? I assume we're still holding it to get it. Or the
yeah.
last person who had it is holding it, so Addie has it.
You've got it.
Okay, cool. Let's
Um,
make sure we're not leaving that shit behind.
Yeah.
So where are we?
You are in a room, a rectangular room. At the end of the room is a void. A wall that has no shadow, no color, just black. Like endless darkness. The rest of the room, there are 6 stone tablet slab tables with varying degrees of cut up bodies in them. Symbols and runes and notes are all around. There's some spore here. There's a table that's been cleared and has spore stuff messing with the bodies. And sifting through, there's a couple snakes that seem to just kind of be slithering around. Kind of slithering around with purpose. They follow a pattern. But you can
I follow them.
yeah, they don't seem to go after you or anything. They seem like they each kind of follow a set path around the altar tables, like the slab tables.
Am I able to like imitate the shape that they're making, kind of?
It looks like they're more patrolling it.
this
They may
patrol,
be
okay.
like, they may be used. I don't want to give away what they're for, but they may have a purpose that isn't being a snake.
I still draw the.
Yeah, you draw the. It's
the
just
patrol they
It's
make.
just a little snaky
Infinity
pattern. Yeah, it's a little snaky pattern.
Cool.
There's a desk with very, very old parchment and scrolls. This room, other than the shaman being in here, looks like ancient. You
Are
can.
there bodies in here?
There are bodies in here. They're desiccated.
Oh, okay.
They're long, long untouched. On one of the walls, nothing surrounds this, no notes or anything. On one of the walls, Sam, if you would grab that, please.
Yay! Stuff around the room.
It's in it.
Oh.
This
Is it a
symbol is
scroll,
carved
or
in-
that's the symbol?
This is a scroll with this symbol on it.
Well, that's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
When you look at it, you almost hear like an echoing in your head,
Echo.
Great.
like words, just
Not any words that we
Sounds.
know, but
no.
just.
Yeah, and also these arcane symbols. You recognize a few of them, but yeah, all the surrounding helical symbols you don't recognize at all. But you do recognize these 3 symbols. This one is life, this one is death, and this one is control.
Neat.
Maybe.
Also,
This is where the spores came from.
Oh, it makes more sense now. I was looking at it upside down.
It's not making any more sense.
Okay.
Are there any books around?
Plenty of journals around.
Journals?
What are they written in?
A smattering of languages.
Oh, good. Which languages?
Every third word changes to a different language.
God, okay.
Well, that's
And also appears to be coded.
So we
Even
have to know
better.
all the languages and then
There are at
decode
least
it.
12 languages a book.
Well, I know 3: Primordial, Elvish, and Common. We got 3 under our belt.
Elvish, Common, Dwarvish, and Celestial.
Okay, there's
Does
4.
this,
Or 5.
stuff look infernal?
No. Doesn't seem to be infernal in nature.
Is it written in Infernal?
If you didn't know better, you'd say this was high necromancy.
Great.
Oh.
Like an advanced version of it.
Neat.
Oh.
And, are there any journals that look like less beat up, like they would be newer looking?
Are there any that are in any
Nothing that looks
consistent
like
language?
it's been touched within the last 100 years.
Yeah, but are from the ones that I see, are there ones that look like they've been used less? Is there maybe one that's not finished?
There's one. It's on the desk where all the spore stuff is. I don't need to make this happen anymore because it doesn't matter. You're not there.
We'll be going back eventually.
Okay.
Hopefully.
If we know how to get back.
Is there a room behind us?
There's no doors in this room.
There's the Black of a Void wall thing.
Black Void. Perfect. My best friend.
The same symbol that you touch to get in is on the wall behind you.
Okay, that's what I
okay.
meant.
So you
Yeah.
could just put your hand on it. Maybe it'll work the same way.
The journal that's on the desk?
Yeah, it seems like the spore guy, the shaman, was at least leafing through it, trying to make notes. You can see him trying to figure out the code.
Okay.
What does he come up with so far? Does it look
Uh,
anywhere close to right, or
It's a lot of not being able to figure it out. A lot of failed attempts.
Okay.
So the void, is it just like the room ends, or just like it looks like the
No,
room's
it looks
endless?
like no. It's more like there's a wall that's just a void, like something. It's like it's more like a barrier to keep you from going forward.
Okay, so I go up to the barrier and I like my knock on it is like solid.
You touch it.
Yes.
All right. You need to make a strength save.
Oh boy.
And this is gonna hurt.
oh fuck.
I keep hurting myself on magic.
Just don't learn from your past mistakes at all.
Yeah.
That's-
Right.
Oh, those are D12s.
Oh no.
Oh no. He's looking for more.
All right. What did you roll?
All right.
Hopefully.
You get +5 from being around him, right?
Yeah,
It
sure.
saves,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely. He's
So
close
what does
enough,
that
why not?
increase it to?
That increases it to 13.
Oh, we barely knew ye.
Wow.
It's 35 damage. Force damage. As you touch it, you feel your arm immediately grabbed, like a pneumatic lock just grabbed on and started pulling. And you pull, and your flesh tears off your hand, getting your hand out of this thing. It was definitely trying. It was pulling and crushing you at the same
You
time.
deglove all your fingers.
Yes.
Uh,
I
skin
don't wanna
tears
think
off
about
of your hand,
degloving.
and you're just like dripping blood on the ground, and you know never to touch that again.
What did you do?
I touched the void.
Why?
Why? We can't leave you alone ever.
Your hand looks fucked up.
You're like a
really
bad
fucked
toddler.
up.
You
Just
can't
wrap it up.
stop doing stuff.
I go over and use lay on hands to hopefully.
Yeah, you get most of the muscle reattached.
Oh. Ugh.
You could see bone when he pulled that thing out of there. You reattach the muscle. The skin's kind of on. Your hand is going to be probably deformed from that.
So it's
But
preventing
functional.
us from going forward.
Yes.
So it doesn't want us to go past
So-
this
This
room.
or
I think-
more into this room, at least. It's
I
a
think-
barrier.
I think that's the
Seems to be
garbage.
a barrier.
No, I just kind of assumed that was the garbage disposal.
It is
So I don't want to
for their
touch
own
it, but
bodies.
can I like arcana? Like, is it a
You can
spell
arcana it.
or something
Yes,
on it? Okay.
definitely. This is a spell that was cast.
Yeah, I heal you
Okay, so-
35.
Really nasty
You're
spell.
35 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Is
nothing
there-
happened.
did I get a sense of what type of spell it is? Like, is it physical? Is it spoken? Is it like
it was
anything
like
sort of from it?
many. This
many.
kind of spell is like way outside your realm.
Okay.
This is like, you can call it a wall of annihilation. Anything that touches it attempts to get destroyed.
This would be useful for hiding stuff.
I take out a gold
Ooh,
coin and
Yes, it
would
would.
I know? Would I
You
know
take out the wand
if
and
I
run
could
it?
look for anything in the
I
books?
take out a coin and throw it at it.
Gone forever.
I take out the wand.
Yep.
I did say something.
And nothing happens.
Would I be able to get like the components it uses and probably try to find it in the books that are
You can
scrolled
try
around?
to cast Identify on it if you so desire.
I gingerly
I don't
poke
have
like a piece of
Identify.
paper into it.
Have you learned
Sucks it
nothing?
off. Gone.
Sucks it off.
Fuck you.
You have Identify, right?
Yeah.
You want to try? This would be useful.
Sorry, Loki.
You
Your
don't
head's in a
touch
very
it.
bad spot.
I just sit in front of it and
Alright.
take my time to cast Identify on it.
You learn that it's called a Wall of Annihilation.
Mm-hmm.
It's 40-12 damage on a
Sweet.
failed save. The saving throw is 22 on a strength check.
Holy
Cool.
shit!
I actually don't
Oh
think
my
I could
god!
have saved. Oh no! If I rolled a nat 20, I would have saved that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You also know that the way this spell works is it's a 5-foot thick wall, meaning there can be something behind it.
But not how it's...
Not how to turn it off, no,
Or not how to make it.
or how to make it.
I want to see what's inside it now. But
I want to know how
Just
to
stick
make
my
the
head
Wall
in
of
there.
Annihilation.
I kind of
That
have an
sounds
idea
great.
of what might be behind it.
you know what?
And I
I
don't
will not
really
let my
wanna see it.
curiosity.
Rinwall.
I'm thinking a dwarven Rinwald or something like
Just
that.
Rinwald's chilling behind there. It's like, hey guys, what's up?
Oh hey,
Wait,
he's
I want
just,
to write
like,
down
sitting
Wall
in
of
an easy chair.
Annihilation.
Yep. So what do you want to do? You have this.
Yeah,
You have lots of journals.
I draw
It does seem
that.
like, based on the notes, that the shaman was trying to figure out what the black thing was. He didn't figure out it was a Wall of Annihilation, though. He just
So here's
you can
what
see
I
him
do.
just like, I tried throwing in one of my colleagues today.
Oh my god!
He has not returned.
Jesus. Okay, so here's what I do. Is this thing a scroll on the wall, or is it
This
drawn
is a scroll.
on the wall?
You found it like this. I was going to hand it to you guys and have you unravel it, but yeah, you found it as like a scroll that was among all the like important journals.
Okay.
There are
I
also many
guess-
different spell symbols and seals and incantations that are various. You can see like the same one done many times, like trying to perfect it. This is like necromancy, but it's like a different. It's almost like a different version of magic, like a different school.
Alright, I'm going to draw this in my journal.
Sure.
I'm going to draw half of it on one page and half of it on the other
That's
page.
an excellent idea.
For fear that I may destroy us all.
Sure.
I'd never let that fear stop me.
Obviously. And then, because I'm worried that if we try to leave here with anything, it's not going to work. Because that's kind of the point of this place, right? Is to,
I feel like we shouldn't
be
take it back
secretive.
anyway.
Also,
Someone
holding
might
this
figure
scroll,
it
you
out.
can tell it's magical. Like, this scroll has an effect it could use.
I put it in the bag of
Oh god.
So we can get a more powerful wizard.
You put it in
to
the
look
bag
at
of holding, and then you look up, and it's on the desk where you had it before.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. But I did draw everything.
Yeah,
on it.
you read through it in your journal.
Oh, can you redraw the seal? I wonder if you can access it in any place we draw it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Fascinating.
We should draw
Yeah,
it
okay.
so we can access
Probably
this
have to-
place again.
Probably have to draw it in blood.
Well, we don't have to draw in blood to access it, but to remember what to do to get here.
Yeah.
If no one else does it, Momo does it.
All right. You
I'm just.
draw the symbol.
Cool.
How do you draw it?
How do I draw it?
How do you draw it? With blood or with ink?
I assume with ink. I'm not trying to draw it with blood,
You
right?
draw it with ink on a piece of paper. There,
Yep.
there it is.
I'm trying to remember so I can recreate
And
it
then
with
you
blood.
die.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you got it on a piece of parchment now.
Yeah, why would I put it in blood when I don't want to reenact it again?
I don't know.
Or activate it?
Okay, so are we done here? I didn't fart. That was my stomach.
Okay.
Are there any more symbols that are similar to the one that got us in here? Anywhere around?
No.
Well, there's
Seems
one.
like
There
one
was
exit.
one on the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, he said there's one on the wall behind.
Well, there's one on the wall
It's
to
an
get out.
identical copy of that thing.
Oh.
Wait,
There's one on the wall that's the same thing as that.
I was wondering if maybe we could get past the void by knowing the next part that would get us past it, but I'm not sure.
Perhaps.
Huh, wait, actually, I wonder if you redo the same symbol again in the room, if it would do something.
I
Kind of
start
scared to know.
doodling on the floor the same symbol.
Sure. do you put your blood on it?
Yeah, it's blood.
You appear at the entrance to this room, where you put your hand down, then you're standing up at attention on the other side of the room.
Okay, so it's consistently going to get us, yes? Good to
Are
know.
we trapped in an infinite loop?
Hard to say.
Oh god.
Hard to say.
Great. I love it.
Huh. Okay.
So that. But I thought the.
Does the beginner book say anything about getting out? Even the last one
Surely
he had
he
it.
must have been in and out of this place.
Yes, he was able to get out because we killed him.
Yes, good point. QED. Alright, so what if I just put my hand on the symbol on the wall? I've seen Full Metal Alchemist, that's how it works. Okay.
I take a bit of blood and just.
Nope.
Well, it's a good thing we have pounds and pounds of dry food.
Sam just blew his own mind.
What is it, Roland?
So the symbol in the lobby.
Yeah.
Shit.
What? What?
I think the symbol in the lobby is how we got back.
The symbol in the lobby?
Not the lobby, but the teleportation symbol on the fourth floor, third floor.
The fourth floor. Yeah.
So we need to recreate that to get back?
You mean it takes years to...
Takes 1 year.
It is many more days than we have.
Wait, 1 year to what?
1 year to cast that symbol, like. So the way a teleportation circle works, you can cast teleportation circle if you have the ability to cast that level of spell. But if you cast teleportation circle with the same way for every day for a year, it creates a permanent anchor in that location that you can go to.
Ah.
The one you saw on the fourth floor had been altered, broken, so that it couldn't work.
Yeah, but there's got to be a way to get out because that dude wasn't. He was out.
Or he
and
destroyed it
broken.
on his way out last time.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Can never come back here again?
We could probably fix it. It wasn't.
You could have just chalked the line back, yeah.
We could have. I thought that's like repairing it. And it
I
takes
said
a really long
remaking it would take a long
Oh.
time. Repairing it would just be a simple putting it back.
Well, I wasn't there, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what was teleporting there. Remember, I wasn't taking chances to fucking have something teleport into the damn tower. I don't have any spells that do anything.
Well, if we're trapped here, we have a handy dandy suicide wall.
Yes, we do.
Ask.
Well, it's plenty of time to figure out this code shit, so.
It's true.
The person who had the book isn't here.
Who had the book?
Boss.
Oh, bummer.
I don't carry that thing around with me. I thought he had it last.
Yeah,
Well.
he does.
We might call Steven and ask him.
He doesn't know anything that's happening right now.
He doesn't
Just
know
ask him
where
if he has the book.
I'm pretty sure he does. Cool.
So we tried doing the symbol again and it didn't do anything.
It just
You did the symbol again and it put you right back at the front.
What if we reverse all of the stuff and it... What if we
doesn't-
reverse the missing things? I try that.
It does nothing.
Okay, well I guess we're living here, so this is fun.
That's why you
me
turn the
some
timer
beef
off.
jerky.
That's why he turned the timer off.
I thought at the time, like, what's the point of that? We're going to be out in like 5 minutes. 5 years.
I assume since we're here, I'm just gonna start trying to decode the stuff anyway.
Sure, you start trying to decode the journals.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna sit here.
I mean, I'll help do that, but I don't know.
You can tell that, one, at a certain point, there are notes that are missing from the shaman's notes.
Good.
He must have figured something out. Also, it has to be in the journal he was researching. You know, so there are several languages you don't have.
Yeah, no, we don't have
Like,
all of those.
Infernal and stuff, but you
I
can
have
get most...
Infernal.
Oh, shit. You can get most of the words out of this book that he was reading. It just doesn't make sense. It's just like words are not in the correct order. You can try and figure it out.
I do that thing where you shift everything over and
Yeah.
I don't actually know what that's called, but yeah, I try to.
Caesars.
I
You
tried
work
that.
on it, and you've been at it for about 3 hours before you're getting some... You feel like you're making some progress. Some words have actually become words at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with
I'm guessing you two are working... Is everybody working on this together?
Yeah.
Is there any, I assume that if we try to figure it out, maybe we can get past this stupid void thing into the second room and somehow get out, but you know.
Sure.
We all speak several languages. So.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
speak several.
Working together, you spend the next 18 hours
Yeah, because we
figuring out
shit.
the last several pages of this book.
Cool.
And it
Everyone
reads
is
out
done.
as a journal that I've made great progress. I feel it is time to leave this place. I will be leaving behind all of my work here as I have duplicated it elsewhere. Should I ever need to return, I have found a way of getting back, and the page is ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it is.
I wish
We
could kill
didn't
that
find
shaman
it on
twice.
that guy.
New. The journal entry also talks about I had to visit this place 3 times yesterday.
Does it say anything about the void wall?
It does not say anything about that. It actually talks about there being a desk somewhere in the room, like a special desk in the room, and a special chair and a special table that he liked to sit at and read. However, you don't see that in this room, and based on context, it's probably behind that wall.
Cool.
There's no mention of that wall ever existing at all.
So it was put up after him. He didn't put it up.
After, or came back to put it up.
Or, yeah, it was initially there.
He didn't want anyone sitting in his favorite chair.
Or he has his final work there. He said he duplicated it elsewhere.
He does talk about leaving without anybody seeing him, and you know that if other people were living here and he had to leave and had to go through the teleportation circle, people would probably see him. So there's got to be another way out of here.
Without anyone seeing him.
Is there anything on the bodies on the tables?
There are marks on the bodies on the tables.
Without anyone
Marks.
seeing him.
Marks and symbols carved into them.
Oh.
Really want to try something.
Please, we're all out of ideas.
Try anything except for touching.
Yeah,
the
don't
wall
touch
again.
the void wall until it's deactivated.
Don't do anything.
There are 5 total corpses in this room, but 6 tables. 1 table doesn't have anything.
All right, we're gonna have to kill one of you.
Wait,
Who wants to volunteer?
can you like lay on it? And maybe it disappears. Who wants to lay on it? Is there like blood and stuff on it? Or is
I
it
lay
pretty
on
clean?
it.
Pretty clean.
Okay.
You lay on it? Yeah, you lay there.
I look under it.
Are there any
Are
like
there
symbols
things
of
around it?
voice property for me to say, or anything around this? specific
Yeah,
one?
there's one symbol. You've seen it before.
Can you say it?
It's a name. It's Rikani.
Rikani.
You say that and she disappears.
Oh.
Shit.
You arrive in bed next to the desk that you teleported there in initially, with the blankets over you, on your side, with your head on the pillow.
What?
But this is like that fucked up place that he turned into a nest? Or is
No,
this a different
this
place?
is the main room.
Oh.
Like you're laying in the bed next to the desk that you used to get in there initially. this is probably what he meant by no one noticing, is when you teleport back, you're in bed and it looks like you've been in bed the whole time.
So where'd you go?
I don't know. Who wants to try next?
Oh, this is really strange. I feel kind of sleepy.
I
fall asleep.
Before you do, you're aware that splicing is something that happens when two people try to teleport to the same location at the same time.
Telefragging.
It's bad. it's like fucking up his hand bad.
I get over to the other side of the bed.
It's like a single bed.
Oh.
You
I
can
get
do
on the
one
table.
of the other beds.
No, I just get up.
You get on the table.
Ruin my fun.
I say the words.
Rikani, go. And you arrive in bed, laying down, and it's very comfortable.
I'm like creeped out. I like jump up and I'm like, oh. I get out of bed. Oh, that's weird.
I wait a bit and do the same thing.
Yep, you arrive, same situation.
Yeah, out of the
And
bed.
now you're alone in the room.
Touch the force wall. No one's here to tell you no.
No. You
I
can't
must not.
stop me.
Fine.
That scroll is still on the table.
Hmm.
You should grab it and then say Rikani.
Oh my god. Let's not bring that into the world. We can keep it in the safe. No one else knows how
What
to
do you
get
want
here.
to do? What does Matthew want
Yeah.
to do?
We
What
killed the
Matt
dude.
Matthew's impulsive and stupid.
Oh my god.
Yes, he is, and that's what I like about him.
Damn it.
So you grab the scroll.
Riconi!
Yeah, and away you go. And you arrive in bed with the little scroll clutched to your chest. And you look down, and you have it.
I look at him. Why did you bring it?
Everyone knows you have it.
Throw it in her bag! Put it in her bag.
It won't go in my bag.
Fuck.
Actually, if we need to get rid of it, we can just put it back in the bag and then we'll go back to the room.
Maybe?
try it, or it might just go back into your hands.
Hmm.
I mean, we might have to...
You can always get it back.
This is cool. Did you make this?
Yeah.
Neat.
I drew it and Michelle painted it, of course.
It's like seeing it for the first time, even though I helped to make it.
I have no idea what this is. What
So-
are this?
Hmm.
We definitely don't want people that have it.
We don't even know what it is.
I don't
Something
wanna
we shouldn't
know.
have.
People say that all the time.
That's true.
We could have had it in the room and put like safe stuff in there because no one else can that we know of can access it at least.
So,
So then it would be safe.
gonna redraw the symbol back onto the desk,
Uh-huh.
and then look at the tables with the bodies on them. Are there also symbols on it?
You're back in the room.
Yeah, there are symbols on those as well.
Are they names?
They are names.
I say it.
Oh.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. So
Are you on the table or the bodies just
I'm just looking at the
disappearing?
table.
there are several names.
There's a nice family having dinner.
You land on their table.
3 of them are names are normal-ish names. 2 of them are names that are not really names, but you've heard them before. Centrosi and Vasi.
I guess I'll say Centrosi.
Centrosi, the body opens its eyes.
Ah!
We're not there. I
and
didn't. I don't think we
it
went
starts
back.
up, and it looks around, and it a black shadow begins to kind of erupt like wisps out of the top of this thing.
What have you done?
Oh,
Did we all go back?
And
Not there.
it looks at its chest and sees the symbol and scratches it a little bit, and then it looks at you and just snaps its finger and mists away. It's gone.
You've unleashed an unspeakable evil on the world. Congratulations.
Vasi is also still in the room.
The school, I say it again?
Fucking God. We're gonna destroy everything.
Nothing's going to matter anymore because...
We killed it all.
Vasi gets up and he puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Thank you.
Welcome.
You speak common?
Yes.
Why am I here?
I don't know. Who are you?
Vasi.
Who's Fossey?
I'm a chime. Have you never heard of me?
No.
The mortals used to fear me.
Maybe you can help us.
Where am I?
I don't know.
Do you know where my brothers are?"
Tables? Maybe?
Gets up and starts searching the table. No, my brothers are not
Was your
fleshlings.
brothers and Fossey?
Synthrosi. Yes.
Oh,
Where
he
is
disappeared.
Synthrosi?
He disappeared.
Oh.
He was on that table. I point to the table.
Ah, I see. And he had this
Yes.
skin.
Yes. Yes.
on him. Okay. Interesting.
What is it you weirdos call it?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna ask him for help. We need help.
Yeah, we should.
We brought you back. Help us.
Yeah,
Please.
you should have called in that favor. We need.
Yeah,
we
I would
need
have
some
called in that
murdering.
favor. I'm like, he said, whatever his face, weird bat thing said.
I
He wants
would,
excitement. We'll bring excitement.
I would like to go on record now, since this is being recorded, and say that I had nothing to do with this.
I don't even think I went back to the room.
And whatever consequences happen because of this, I had nothing to do with. It was not my idea, and there we go. Just saying.
Nice.
I lie on the table to Rikani and go back and tell them what happened.
All right.
You what?
Maybe you just unleashed the dream team on the world, and they're just gonna
You didn't ask them
make
for
good
help?
things happen.
No. One left quickly, and one thanked me and left.
There are just two bodies in the room, right?
Wait, we need to put the scroll back.
He told you he was a chime, right?
Yeah.
So wait, did they
what's a
look
chime?
like
a
weird
chime?
desiccated bodies when they came back, or did they look like people?
Oh, the wounds all sealed up on Centrosi and Vasi. As soon as they noticed their bodies were fucked up, they just sealed up on their own. They didn't even do anything with their hands. They just
So
sort of
did they
sealed
look like normal, common people?
up. Yeah.
Humans?
Yeah. They looked like the bodies that had the symbol etched in them. That they looked at the symbol first and were both like, that's weird.
Well, when you said they were desiccated, I was imagining like withered husks, like mummies or
Oh,
something.
no. Yeah, he looked withered. Like, think, like a super emaciated, like Auschwitz victim.
Okay.
Like all his wounds sealed up and his flesh kind of turned back to normal, but he was still this gaunt
Okay.
humanoid.
What's a chime? Does anyone know that?
No.
No idea.
History checks.
I am proficient in history.
I am
15.
also proficient in history. Let's see if we're
That's enough,
stupid.
but let's see what they know.
Fuck. Not enough.
14? 12?
15. So you two are aware that a chime, if he is to be believed, a chime is a death spirit. There are 3 of them. Though you didn't know their names.
Until now.
Their names are supposed to be lost to the world because saying their names summons them.
Oh, wait.
Though apparently not, because you've said their names before, these things get lost in translation. You are aware that there are 3 chimes. Now you know their names, Rikani, Centrosi, and Vasi.
So why does Rikani not summon him and sends us teleporting away?
It seems like the spell on the table was meant to send you away. Although he had Centrosi and Vasi in the room.
So whoever had this basically enslaved and gave spirits mortal form.
Pretty much.
All right.
Or sealed them.
Rakani.
You know that based on legend, when mortal life was first created, and the gods all got together and made these creatures their own, they eventually gave They gave, let's say humanity, but let's say mortals, the gift of Arcana. So Arcana didn't exist for the first several thousand years of creation. Then the gods gave them Arcana because they wanted them to be able to create like they did. Some mortals wanted to destroy instead, and gain power and eventually challenge the gods. Now the gods, seeing mortals challenge them, some were very sad, upset, some were very angry. And the angry ones wanted to say, okay, let's just kill everybody, clear the slate, and we'll try recreating the material plane again. We'll just start from scratch. And the other gods were like, no, these are our creations, we made them, we can help them. This argument led to a war, the first god war. They slayed each other, fought each other, all on the material plane. So the upper planes and lower planes were split, and it used to all just be one, like, master plane that was the home of all the gods, and then they split on the astral sea and became the upper planes and the lower planes. During this war on the material planes, thousands and thousands died. One of the things the evil gods created were the chimes, Rikani, Centrosi, and Vasi. Their ability, the power of those of the chimes was wherever they went, death followed them. They didn't need to cast spells or do anything. They just embodied death itself. So if a chime shows up in your town, people will start drowning themselves, hanging themselves, killing themselves. They just embody death. So you aren't necessarily thinking straight. You're just like, you'll just slit your own throat.
So that just affects everyone in the area, or is it
Anyone
intended toward anyone?
near the chimes. The point of the chimes was to destroy mortal life.
Oh, you didn't kill yourself. And you
No,
were
you
near
did
them.
not.
Maybe they lost their abilities.
So if we, I was thinking we should summon them and ask them for a favor, but
No.
now I'm like,
No.
that's
Never mind.
Can you not?
That was a
kill
terrible
people
idea.
The
everywhere?
chimes were created in threes, though. There are 3 chimes: Rikani, Centrosi, and Vasi. You know where Centrosi and Vasi are. Well, you met them at least. No idea where Rikani is.
Well, now we know their names, but we'll never call upon them because what the hell?
Yeah, but now they're free.
Well,
Yep. Curiosity, man.
I didn't do this.
that's some high grade necromancy. You like kill a spirit.
Super high.
That is
grade.
death.
You kill a spirit of death and enslave it into a mortal body.
Rikani, Centrosi, and Vasi weren't. They didn't have bodies. They were just spirits.
Yeah.
So more like someone sealed them in these bodies.
Huh.
Good job. I say with my like bandaged, seriously injured hand.
With your weird finger bones sticking out.
Now that we figured out that, we should go do the mother thing.
You should
Or
probably
the
tell
queen?
someone.
Whatever.
So
Tell someone that you did this.
We shouldn't tell anyone.
another in a long list
Don't
of things
tell
we
them
should
their
never
names
tell
either.
anyone.
What do people refer to them as if they forgot their names? Is it just the death spirits?
Yeah, just the chimes.
Oh, the chimes. Okay. I should rename the chimes.
So
Do I know where Boss is?
Yeah, he's in a building.
Boss, we did something bad.
yeah,
I'll go try to find Boss.
shouldn't we kill this queen?
I say
When
go
you
look
oh, by the way, when
yeah, what happens when we come back?
Centrosi and Vasi leave, the wall sort of flickers for a second, and then nothing happens.
The void wall?
The void wall flickers.
Were there any other bodies on the thing?
There were 3 others, but they were like normal names. Do you go over and say the names to each of these 3
Don't
guys?
say
after-
the names.
After
Just
Centrosi and
tell us.
Vasi?
Yeah,
one
would
of them
he
might
have
help
done
It's
us.
true.
One of them might help us.
Why not? Say the 3 names.
So you walk up to the first one, and
What's its name?
the name is in my book.
It is what?
Slim Shady? Is his name Slim Shady?
Oh, it's right.
In the real Slim Shady, please stand up.
Yeah.
Please don't.
I repeat.
We got ourselves a problem here.
This guy's name is Baraka.
Baraka.
All these have sort of the same bodies, but you say the name.
Yeah.
Yes, Renwald. What is it do you want?
Fuck.
Oh, who are you?
Uh.
Certainly not one of the horsemen.
No.
What is it you wish to ask of me?
Who are you? Where is this?
Oh,
What are we? Why are we so stupid?
Why do you know Ringwald?
what year is it?
I say the year.
Is Renwald alive?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
So there were 2 bodies here.
Yes. Oh.
Or
Oh no.
Oh my god.
We don't know what happened.
Are we in there with
You
him?
seek
I don't
someone
know.
to help you destroy the chimes.
Maybe. Should they be there?
Yeah. They were here last time I saw them.
Okay.
You'd think that they would have a better security system.
Of course not Rikani, but Centrosi and Vasi were the least agreeable and should have still been here.
Why, of course not Rakani.
Rikani is... Wow. Do they not know a lot these days?
No.
Don't worry about it.
No, really, I want to know.
Sounds important.
Rikani's... Well... You've met Rikani.
What?
Have we now?
Probably. You're not there!
Nope.
What?
He's
What do you
in
mean I'm not there?
the table room.
I thought we all went back.
He went Well, he.
Is this before or after he told us he did the chimes?
Yeah, he came back and then went through again. I think we follow him this time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so we are okay.
Well then,
Okay.
yeah.
How do you know Renwald?
Rikani.
Rakandi.
Rikani.
Is Renwald.
Yes.
Oh, good.
What?
This is what I wanted to hear today.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's wreaking havoc everywhere.
He surely is not. Rikani is within Renwald.
Oh, that
Renwald.
explains why he's a.
Rikani was the most successful bound spirit.
Why would you set him free? Why is Renwald still a thing?
Renwald bound Rikani to himself. Controlling a death spirit means he'll never die.
So why would you do that?
Immortality.
I mean, it seems to be working really well for him.
Yeah,
so
how
far.
would you undo that?
Why would you want to undo that?
He is. doing
Whatever
stuff.
Renwald is doing, he is doing for the greater good.
He dropped
Like
a
what?
meteor on a town.
And
Probably had his reasons.
What did you do for Renwald?
I was his master when he was just a boy.
Oh,
So Rakandi is Renwald, right?
Rakani, or Ronald trapped Rakani. within
Okay,
himself.
Rakani
Right.
is trapped in. Okay.
Rikani is bound to Renwald.
Ren.
Keeps him immortal.
so who were the other spirits
Sintrosi
trapped
and
with
Vasi
him?
were less agreeable to being bound, at least to a living body. So they were bound to the corpses.
so.
Oh.
I helped him with that.
So what is Renwald's purpose then? Can you explain that to us? Because I seem to be missing what's the greater good about what he's doing.
Renwald's purpose is to, in no short order, destroy evil.
The irony of that is killing me.
That is very ironic.
Why?
Because he seems to be creating all the evil so far.
You probably don't see the full picture.
No.
You will know in time.
What do you know about a fate dragon?
Fate lives on the astral plane, last I heard.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, that sounds bad.
Yeah.
I'm safe here. If you haven't noticed, you're not on the material plane right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that about
Right.
this place.
What do you know? Well, last time you remember, what were the state of the spires?
Spire?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh my god.
You've been asleep for a while.
Probably. I've been asleep for a long time. I was getting rather old, you know.
What is your name again?
Uraka.
Uraka?
Mm-hmm.
Uraka. Okay. Cool.
Who are these other two people?
Other masters.
Masters. Uraka.
We can wake them up if you'd like.
You did a great job of raising him.
I agree. The best wizard ever.
That's undeniable.
Would you consider having more apprentices?
Sure. I always appreciate those willing to learn.
I would like to learn.
I can tell. Yes. I can also tell you have terrible control over your magic. Just looking at you.
Yeah, I do.
Do you know how to kill a demon?
Swords? They die like any other mortal being.
Like a demon named Visago.
Isago. The bat thing.
Yes,
Yes.
the bat thing.
The little bat thing. It destroyed a town. Oh, when I was a teenager.
It's done a bit more than that.
Got famous for that.
Well,
It
Yes.
wasn't really that special. Of course people kill each other when you force them into a corner.
well, he's back and wreaking havoc on a
Dwarven
town.
kingdom.
Actually, the town we used to get here.
Oh! Visago is in Henbor.
Yeah.
And Dawnhammer has allowed this.
Yeah.
There's a issue with Dawnhammer. The Dwarven
Has the kingdom fallen?
No,
It's in disarray.
Strange.
The Dwarven King in Donhammer is covering up the fact that Visago and an army have slowly taken the underground cities.
That is.
Yes, I made the
I'm
same
baffled.
face. I continue making the same
Has he noticed
face.
the spore stuff yet?
He doesn't seem to. He seems enthralled by this conversation.
I'm enthralled by this
I'll grab
conversation.
his attention to the spore stuff. Do you know what this is?
Oh, sure. Yes. Here, hand it over.
We're not gonna
Yeah, we're not
touch
touching
it.
All right. And he hops up off. He's surprisingly spry for the withered corpse that he is. Walks over to one of the mushrooms, picks it up, and it's a variety of myconid. Stuff can be pretty dangerous if you mortals touch it.
Yeah. Well, that's wreaking havoc in the Dwarven underground too.
Visago and his drow
Yeah,
and a lot of
Visago,
our
yeah,
associates
are using it.
are capturing dwarves and infecting them with it.
In
Find the
fact,
queen. Easy.
Oh,
Found it.
we
Great.
actually
Then you won. Good job.
the queen was on
What
our
are you
to-do
talking to me
list.
for?
Oh, we
Yeah,
didn't know
but-
the queen would have. We didn't know the queen would stop it.
Yes, the
Oh.
spores come from the queen. If you let this thing, well, if I hadn't eaten it, if you let it grow up, it can think and do stuff all on its own,
That's terrifying.
and amazing.
Agreed.
How tough is the queen in a fight before we leave?
Pretty much useless.
Nice.
Awesome.
Although I've never heard of a myconid serving a demon before.
Serving a dragon.
Never heard of that either. They're solitary beings.
There's a lot of stuff you need to catch up on. There's a
Apparently.
lot of
There's a
stuff
lot of
that's
stuff I don't understand,
yeah.
Well,
and it's
Well,
not.
we should ask Renwald.
We should not ask Grinwald.
He would know the answers.
We
What is wrong with you people? Why don't you like him?
Renwald has almost killed us on numerous occasions.
Did you deserve it?
not.
That's up in the air. That's neither here nor there.
I'm not sure. I know my family didn't deserve it.
Well, they probably served a greater good.
No.
I know that hurts. It does.
He
it
just
may not seem
senselessly
fair.
killed a bunch of people.
Renwald does nothing senselessly. You don't actually know who he is, do you?
No, we've been trying to figure. It doesn't make any sense.
He conscripted
What
us
you've
to
been
help
telling
him.
us and what we've seen him do don't
Sure.
make any sense.
I can tell you serve the Fate Dragon. You all have the mark.
That's why he conscripted. That's why he conscripted us to help him.
Yep,
I
that's why
see.
he's forcing us to help him. More like
What's the situation?
I actually lost the thread a while ago.
It's the most in character thing you've said so far in this whole
Actually,
game.
that was supposed to be out of character. That's in character too.
Why are we doing this?
We've just been wandering from place to place, getting in trouble and doing stuff.
Killing ourselves.
Yeah, slowly.
Nice.
So, we'll explain the whole thing to him.
Sure. Afterwards, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
A war between the humans, the Dragonborn, and the elves, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, that.
I saw that coming.
I like
It's
you.
inevitable.
It's unfortunate Rimwald's not like you much.
What do you mean, not like me?
I've never talked to him, but from what I've gathered from people who have talked to him, he's not pleasant to talk to.
It's extremely pleasant to talk to. I think you all are just prejudiced against magic users.
I am a magic user.
I love magic.
We
I
have
love
three
magic.
You've
There's
never
three
even met
magic-
him.
He
I
killed-
guarantee you, he's a good man.
I think maybe he's
Can't
kind
prove
of
it to you.
lost his way.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
So for
He's the
Ren-
most driven person I've ever met.
so for Renwald, are we trying to kill the dragon or free it?
I don't know yet.
And I know
I
the
have no idea.
the
Oh,
dragon-
for him, we're
Yeah.
trying to send him back
Okay.
by like killing him.
Yeah, gotcha. I remember the Fate Dragon wanted us to free it, but I forgot what Renwald wanted us to do.
Kill
Kill
him.
him.
Because we're the only ones that can make him turn into his normal. Or we're the only ones that can affect his dragony form thing. Right?
The dude, this is in character. He's like, no.
Well,
Well,
You know
I was
how a
asking
void
that.
dragon kills, right?
Nope.
no.
It's not all about winning. You can. Plenty of people have fought void dragons. They're difficult to fight, and this is an aspect of the god, so very powerful. But the problem isn't destroying the dragon, it's surviving after you do. Void dragons are stars. When they collapse, everything around them is destroyed.
So why,
Your mark will protect you from that.
so why would Rinwald want us to destroy it if it's going to basically rip the fabric of everything?
It will annihilate a large area, but not the whole plane. At most, maybe a 300 radius
300 what?
mile. Feet. 300 foot radius.
That's
The
awesome.
tiniest, lamest star ever.
So what would be the benefit of doing that then?
Well, it's a lot of energy to be released in one place, I imagine. If the spire is what you describe it, it's probably a way by which you might harness that kind of magical power. It's probably a kindness that he's helped you get Fate Touch. It means you won't die. Well, you won't die to the end.
So could one person possibly harness that power from killing?
Sure, if the spire is set up that way, absolutely.
What does he want to do with it?
Does he want to... Isn't there a conspiracy that... Well, crap, I'm trying to remember what information we got where.
Mm-hmm.
Did we know... We do know there might be a conspiracy that he was the one who helped destroy the spire, right?
No. You know that he...
Because where did that information come from? Did that come from the
The
place that we
usurper
forgot?
is the one that tried to destroy the spire and
Okay.
succeeded.
Oh.
Didn't we think a while ago that Ronald got replaced?
Yes, he thought he got replaced by an Fury.
Yeah. We also suspect Ronald might have been replaced by an Fury.
No, doubtful. I mean, let me rephrase. Impossible.
How so?
No Inferi can replace Renwall.
Why do you say that?
Because all Inferi serve Renwall. He made them. You can't make an Inferi that doesn't serve Renwall.
Ooh.
How possible would it be that the chime inside of him has possessed him?
If not literally impossible, then mostly impossible.
Why is that?
Well, I helped design the seal. I am very sure it was resilient. Old magic
Yes,
is like that.
because we knew him for some time, and then he dropped a meteor on a city and decided to totally change his personality.
Perhaps he was trying to... Renwald is an emotional man, despite... He may have felt bad about what he did and just wanted to prove friends. Most of his friends are, well, like me. We get old and die.
Sure.
So are you stuck in this plane?
It is best I don't leave. The seal
Right.
will unravel if I do.
Okay, that makes sense. But we're able to access this place.
I guess so, if you're here.
Anywhere if we do that seal.
Should get you here.
Okay.
What's
Is there a way to re-anchor it so we don't land in the bed?
Nope.
That's just there permanently. There's no way to make it
Better
go
than
elsewhere.
landing in a big
There
pile
is,
of shit.
but I... no offense, but I'm pretty sure you can't cast that spell.
I like to learn.
I'd like to teach you, but it seems like you guys are, well, quite on a schedule.
Yeah.
What's behind the scary wall of annihilation?
He looks over to that and he says, "Whoa, that wasn't here last time.
Oh. Okay.
I've never seen that spell before."
It's the wall
Me
of
either.
annihilation.
Don't poke it. Yeah.
Yeah, don't touch
Yeah,
it.
really don't poke it.
Could have told you that.
You've never heard of the wall of annihilation?
Nope. Not a spell I've heard of. He probably wants you out of there. I don't know why he would want you away from his desk, though. When Renwald was, well, quite young, he made this... He was a prodigy ever since he was a kid. I used to run this tower.
So these are all of his notes.
Indeed. I helped him write some of them. I admit that I was trepidatious at first. Necromancy and... well... And he gestures towards the big that symbol on the wall. That...
What is that?
What does that do?
That is... Well, we call it the Promethean seal.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first of its kind. That for lack of a better term, is blood magic.
What is blood
It's a new
magic?
school of magic.
How hard is it to learn?
No harder to learn the lower end spells than it would be to learn any other lower end spell. People find it distasteful, though, we imagined.
Like, what does it do? Blood magic, does it use your blood or other people's blood?
Depends on the spell.
So you know how to
This is
translate.
a very powerful weapon, yes. Blood magic can affect any creature, so all creatures, no matter what you fight, have blood, except for maybe a golem. But take Visago, for one. He has blood. He's a demon. If you use blood magic on him, any magical resistance he has won't work. So you're targeting his blood.
Do you have any beginner spells you might be able to teach?
Sure. I mean, I only know one beginner spell.
What is it?
He'll work with you to help you figure out how to cast it. It's called Coagulate.
Tasty.
What the spell does is it's your normal save. It gives them half movement and disadvantage on attacks until they save from it. So basically, all your blood inside your body starts to clot, and you can't. You like start locking up and can't.
Fast movement and
Do
disadvantage on attacks.
Disadvantage on attacks, dexterity, strength
Is
rolls.
this an action to cast on someone?
That is an action to cast on someone.
Cool.
The material component is you have to have blood. Your
Makes
own.
sense. Your own blood?
Yep. You bite or cut yourself or something, and then you can cast
And then you
the
turn
spell.
into a titan and kill everyone?
Yeah.
I don't know that reference, but sure.
Attack on Titan, man.
Gotcha.
For people watching.
Right.
Attack on Titan is an anime.
Oh my god.
From
if they
Japan.
heard of it, they
An
you have to
anime
define
from
what
Japan.
anime is.
What does
So-
the Promethean seal do?
Well, the seal is just a seal. The scroll, somewhere around here,
Yes.
that can do all manner of things. You can use it as a spellcasting focus. You can use it to cast some of the more, for lack of a better term, more wicked blood magics. Some of them can be quite distasteful. It takes the right frame of mind to be accepting of this sort of magic.
I don't mind.
You got moment. The moment it's like learning new stuff. She's like, it's very interesting to.
Yeah, you'd be the first blood mage ever.
Well, coagulation. Or,
Yeah.
That's.
Coagulate.
Well, now I'm going to.
You're
What
made
level
of
of spell is
jello.
that?
What type of spell?
What level?
1.
Oh, okay. I guess I would go. I'd have to wait to level up to get an extra spell thing, but great. Okay.
Cool.
Interesting. I never would have added these components together.
I'd also like to ask him if he can translate some of these journals.
Oh, sure. I helped write them.
Sure, that would be.
I'm not really doing it for any specific purpose other than just gaining knowledge.
They're just notes, really.
And
Us
have
trying
you
to figure this
formulated
out.
this?
Yes. Yes. Tell me, is necromancy been legalized?
No.
No.
No. Excellent. Excellent. Keeps people away from it.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good thing.
Can I ask why you're so forthcoming with all this information? You don't know us. We just showed up in here and woke you up.
I usually have a pretty good eye for people. Plus, you know Renwald, and you have this strange skewed belief in him, but I am sure that you're really no threat. So,
You got that right.
Yeah, that.
Basically,
I
I
can
just
tell
want to
you're just
learn.
a couple lost kids.
I just want to learn more about Renwald so we can choose sides and make sure we're doing the right thing.
Well, if you're doing the right thing, you're choosing his side.
We're so good at doing the wrong thing, though.
We're good at getting results in all of the weirdest ways.
Well, I will say this. Renwald, you'll never find someone who hates the lower planes more.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
He has
the
a
dwarf-
very personal vendetta with several of the gods of the lower planes.
Why? What did they do?
I shouldn't talk out of turn. You can ask him yourself.
Oh wait, did we all see the? Oh crap! I can't remember where stuff happened. The weird scene that we saw with the face that we could
Everyone
see.
saw that.
Okay. Can I try to explain and bring that up? I'm like,
Do you know of that?
Ah, yes, I do know that. And who told you about that?
I don't remember where we
Probably.
saw it now.
What are you talking
The Legion showed you a memory
Yeah.
from Renwald
about? Oh
of
yeah.
him getting this package and then obliterating the guy who gave it to him.
We were shown it?
That's... If it wasn't Renwald that showed it to you, I would imagine that person is an enemy. Be wary of people that show you the past. It can be so easily distorted.
Do you know what actually happened then? Is
I
what
do.
we were shown true, or was
It
it
was.
distorted?
The scene is correct. I do know what happened then. It was many years into our friendship before he told me, of course.
Or is it a touchy?
Yes, very, very touchy subject. He's still very upset about it.
What
Did someone
What's in the
die? I'm
box?
Yes. There were several deaths.
Was that what was in the box? The proof of those deaths?
I shouldn't speak on it, but yes.
Ah. Strangely, it humanizes him in a way. I still
That's difficult to do.
I still
Yeah.
sort of hate him for killing my family, but
I'm sure he didn't mean to.
I think he kind of went crazy with the meteors.
I will say he does have a bit of an anger problem.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
do you know why he even did the meteors?
He's being attacked by cultists.
By who?
Cultists.
With burned out eyes.
With what eyes?
Burned out eyes.
Burned out eyes. Okay.
It was the one dude's people.
Yeah.
The
Guys
master
you've met.
guy. Huh?
So you think, yeah, the master
The guy that tried to destroy the spire.
Oh wait, I just remembered something he said earlier. You can't make an Infernus that's not loyal to Renwald, but we accidentally made an Infernus that was loyal to me.
in
Well-
Fury.
Fury.
In Fury.
In Fury.
Every
Is she really loyal anymore? You gave her a lot
Yeah.
of
Oh
freedom.
yeah, that's my
just
fault. But she was
doing
initially
it.
very loyal to me.
She was.
Perhaps.
So maybe it is possible to make an Infernus that don't obey Renwald.
What were they called?
In Fury.
I think not.
So even if they seem to be loyal to him, she wasn't?
She probably was. I mean, you were a creator, but he made the spell. So part of the spell is the second she's within his presence, it's done.
What did he use them for?
All sorts of things. Subterfuge, usually as a very, very cheap form of slave labor. They're very devoted. They love it.
Interesting.
So would he use it to maybe, I don't know, like topple entire kingdoms?
I can't imagine why he would do that.
Would he know if an Inferi was made? Since he made the spell, does he get like a feeling that something is made, or he won't know
I
until
wouldn't
they
say
see it?
so.
Okay.
I'm wondering if maybe the Dwarven King is an Inferi.
Oh, and since you asked earlier, the reason I'm so forthcoming, I also have a spell cast on me to answer questions.
Oh.
They're there.
I usually tended to drone on, and Renwald thought it would be more prudent should I have to answer immediately.
Yeah, he seems really nice.
Interesting.
His time is short. Mine is forever, so
I thought you said he was immortal.
he is immortal, but he's a busy man.
Yeah. I get the feeling he wouldn't want us to know this much, but
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a talk with him soon.
I know a very different person than you seem to. My memories and all of my memories, Renwald was a very good man.
But like you said, memories can be altered.
A fair point. But not these ones.
what makes you so sure?
gut feeling.
Next day, your squishes.
Mm-hmm.
This has been very informative.
Yes, thank you.
I'm glad. It's my purpose.
Thank you for the introduction to blood magic.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is going to be interesting.
Do we need to put you back to sleep or what?
No, I'll put myself back.
Last question.
Sure.
How bad is it that since the two chimes went up?
The 2 chimes, I imagine, have released them, correct?
Yes.
Since you're asking me that.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with it.
That's
Just going
very
around
bad.
saying names.
Terrible,
Why would you
in
say
fact.
names?
I'm sure he wouldn't have done it if he knew what they were.
It's difficult to say exactly what the chimes will do next, but given that their purpose is to destroy mortality, I would imagine they'll get started on that right away.
Oh, God.
Is there a way to track them?
There's a way to track them. There's a way to trap them as well, obviously.
Can we,
What method did you use last time?
I don't know it. I didn't come up with that one.
Oh.
We
Who
might
did
need-
come up with it?
Renwald.
We might need to tell Renwald about this.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
tell her.
The one time I didn't want to contact him.
So-
You probably should tell him.
What-
No, if we tell him about the chimes, that means he knows we've been here.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
if we don't know about the chimes,
he'll figure out eventually when they start wrecking stuff.
I mean, the other dude was able to come in here and give me the pizza.
Yeah, I mean, we'll blame it on the other guy,
We'll
obviously.
blame it on the other. That's a terrible idea. We probably shouldn't lie to Ringwald. He's going to know.
that dead guy with the skull split open. He did it. He did it.
where does the teleportation still go in the tower?
What?
It's too late. He's too
Teleportation
far
circle
away.
it goes to the
Hey.
teleportation circle.
It doesn't
It's
exist.
an
There's
anchor.
no pizza.
If you know the
Pizza.
seal, you
No
can go
pizza.
there.
No pizza. Cool. He has no idea what's going on.
He's like, I hate all of you. So we should probably go kill that thing. And,
Yeah, we should definitely go kill the queen before it infects more
Pretend
people.
this
It
never
seems like quite a
happened.
waste. The Myconids are traditionally very kind, almost caring creatures.
Maybe
Not
we can
right
talk
now.
to her then.
This one is being used to infect people with a black substance that causes
Yeah.
them to go crazy or follow orders.
Black substance. Myconids don't do that.
What?
I
Doesn't
mean-
turn people's blood into black goop and possess them and make them do insane things?
Ooh,
That's
What does it do?
then what is
Yeah.
that?
I mean, they are sentient little beings. I imagine that if what you're describing is true, if you infected someone with these spores, I imagine that you could, in essence, control them like a drone.
Well, why
Yeah.
is she doing that if they're
Might
nice
be against
creatures?
her will.
So maybe we can.
In the
talk
past,
to her?
there have been people that tried to exploit Myconid queens for essentially this purpose. There's documentation on it.
I think
Oh.
that's
In
what's
this room,
happening.
even. Somewhere.
Yeah, that's great. Can you point that out?
It's one of these journals, and he points to a stack of like 20 journals.
Are they also in code?
Yes.
Well,
I
you
don't
can
remember
probably-
exactly the right code. They're different in each book.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Do you have it written down or you just remember
I
which
just
code?
usually remember.
Well, work with
Ooh.
me on this, and then, yeah. I'll spend time, going through that with him.
Oh, I show him the one. You know what this is?
Oh, yes! I helped him make that. It turns the seals on and off all throughout the tower.
Cool.
Might even work on that. Points to the big black
And
boy.
so how would you say? Just
I'm just saying it might. I don't know how it would work.
Try saying both sides?
try close, open,
Goes open.
close away.
The best.
Comfy chair town. No?
The chairs are sentient.
Damn. No!
Cool. That's cool.
We might be able to figure that out later. We'll probably be back with more questions as we probably inevitably come into contact with Renwald and he figures out we've been here.
Yes, if he doesn't kill us all first, then...
Yeah, if
Sure,
he
we'll see
doesn't
you
kill
again.
us.
One last question. The seal affects those in lower planes, right? So,
Yes,
It
infernal
affects-
creatures, like the tieflings here.
so if they are inside and we turn the seal on, what would happen to them?
I don't think anything.
Nothing.
It stops you from getting past the threshold.
But once
But once you're already inside, it won't.
Right. Shouldn't.
shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Unless it's been altered since I've seen it last.
Well, let's not risk it, and let's not turn it on while they're
I
in.
took a running start into that room and it launched me.
Right, but you're past the barrier now.
We're not gonna risk it. We don't want our friends to get ripped apart.
I The spell doesn't rip you apart. It would simply expel you at velocity.
Okay. We
You
should
stay
do that
in here and
Yeah.
do that.
We
and-
shouldn't do that based on what's surrounding us. The issue.
Given this
and
one
the-
looks more human and that one is definitely not, she might be less affected. You could try it on her. Experimentation for science.
Not
Oh.
when the city is in
Don't
disarray and
use
she
the
might
thing
be
I
launched
most love
into a
against
place
me.
that's not good. That wouldn't be good.
Sure.
So I guess we have to have a talk with the queen then.
He grabs the wand from you if you'll hand it out
Yeah.
and just starts poking you. Huh. Fancy. Amazing.
What?
I had no idea he could actually pull that off.
Pull what off?
Wait, what?
You. You're a tiefling. I imagine that's what you're called.
Yes, but
What do you
I
mean
was
he
not.
pulled it off?
Oh,
When
Or what?
he
well, you beautiful little creature, didn't exist when I was alive.
Yeah, some stuff happened. What?
he created tieflings?
Many of them, I imagine.
What?
I was not a tiefling until recently.
Yeah,
Sure.
he was turned
I
into one.
Vorokoth,
later.
right?
No, I was born an elf.
Oh.
He
Hand wraps, curses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had cursed hand wraps that turned me into it.
I was born a tiefling though.
Oh. It does pass down through blood. Interesting.
What now?
And him and Balthanel.
He combined demons and humans together and made tieflings.
Yes,
How do you combine two different species together?
with great difficulty.
Very carefully.
What, was it science or like actual nature sort of creation?
Both. Very difficult.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Curiosity?
You're the product of curiosity.
There's so much wrong with all the things that I'm.
Initially, we thought we could use them as insurgents into the lower planes. The infernal creatures wouldn't suspect them.
Uh huh.
I remember us being unsuccessful many, many times, but it turns out eventually it worked. Tell me, were they used to siege the lower planes as we had first intended?
No.
Oh, shame.
You just turn an entire island full of people into these things, and then they all.
The
kill each
humans
other.
living in Vorokoth were wicked creatures. They weren't doing anything else, trust me. Although you came from somewhere else. Interesting.
Okay. This has been overly insightful.
The next time you see Renwald, please let him know that I would love to speak with him again. We don't speak but quite a long time, from what he tells me. Last I heard, he was working on a spell seal with Balthanel for this purpose.
That is.
That was a long time ago, I think.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. We'll be sure. He'll probably tell you that what happened to us after we told him that you went to speak
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Whether that be
Most
good or bad.
likely a violent death.
Probably.
I
I've
doubt
always
it.
wondered what it was like to turn into paste.
I get the feeling he's killed us before, but you know this.
Oh, good. He's here.
Yes.
Oh
He's
gosh,
here.
we gotta leave. Go in.
Your glass is deeply offended. Please clean that.
I would be happy to.
Are we done?
Yes, we are done
I'm
so.
just looking at like all the smudges and I can
This
see
has
through the
been
lights.
very
Informative.
This is
entertaining.
too much information.
This was
to
great
handle at one
information.
time.
I gave up trying to take notes.
Can I please level up?
Yeah, you all level up.
I want to take this blood coagulation. Is that in
course.
this book?
Nope. That's my own spell.
Oh, I need this.
Yeah, you want to talk about
Blood
Japan for
magic
a-
does not exist.
Yeah, do
No.
you guys want to talk about Japan for a minute? I mean, three wasn't a hard cutoff. I just need to like do all my laundry and cooking today.
Sure. For now, hey, thanks for watching, friends.
Oh, whoops.
I appreciate you being here for as long as you were. I hope that you found this episode interesting. I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope that you all did too, but not you, Sam. I hate you, Sam.
Oh, that's awful.
I love you, Sam. I'm
You
just
just
kidding.
care.
Anyway, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.